Okay, sorry guys, I did not mean to turn this into an ASMR stream. I thought it'd just be fun to whisper. But with that being said, hold on, let me work on my posture a little bit. Gosh, these pants are so tight, man. Why did I... Okay, whose brilliant idea was it for me to buy 30 by 36 jeans, man? Gosh, I am so... Okay, you know what? It was my idea, because I thought I would actually lose enough weight for them to fit me. I was wrong. But with that being said... Wait, wrong tab. There you go. What's up, guys? Howdy do. Happy Saturday. It's a brand new weekend, guys, and, well, I'm just gonna keep doing what I do best. Just sitting back, yapping in front of the camera, playing some games, and in terms of reactions, guys, I don't know what I got in store. I don't know. My mind is drawing a bit of a blank, and to be honest, I just want to keep playing Sunshine, but obviously, just for the sake of formalities, we're not gonna jump to it right away. And also, yeah, if my voice sounds just as different as it was last week, then, yeah, for whatever reason, my landlord refuses to let the painters work during the weekdays, so here I am again, back at the old house, at the house that I bought. So, yeah, guys, I doubt I'll have any, well, you know what, I do expect a couple of interruptions from family members, but you know what, those are scheduled and whatnot. But with that being said, how'd it do, guys? Happy Saturday. You know what, I'm just repeating myself at this point, so you know what, let's look at chat, let's see what's going on. Hello, Teutonic. Hello, Swamp. Hello, Nick. Hello, Ghostfire. Hello, Arian. Hello. I think that's everybody. Hello. Official Kim. I'm just gonna call you Kim. Is that cool with you? But alright, guys. In terms of reactions today, you know what? I'm kind of, you know what? I hate to be so unorganized, but you know what? Let's see what freaking Discord has to offer. The media tab on Discord has to offer, just out of curiosity. But alright, guys. It is how it goes, and let's see. What am I looking at here? You know what? What better way to kick things off? SpongeBob in a foreign language. You know what? You can't hate it. They nailed it with Japanese. I don't think German will be any different. But you know what? Let me pause it. Do I want to put this on full screen? I don't think that I do, but screw it. No, this is Patrick. Nein, he is Patrick. I will say this though, the German dub definitely got the Patrick voice better than the Japanese one, because I don't know, Japanese one is just way too distracting if you ask me. No, this is Patrick. Wait, is it that quiet? Hold on, guys. Hold on. Thank you guys for letting me know, because sometimes I just don't bother paying attention to the audio levels on OBS, because that's really my go-to source for checking the quality and whatnot. I don't know why I said that in the French accent. It just felt right. Alright, you know what else there is? Okay, I will say this though, guys. I don't think Swamp is the first person who has posted this in the media tab, and I don't know. One, it's 40 minutes long, and two, I did get a glimpse at like the first 30 seconds to a minute, and yeah, I'm not sold. I don't think I want to watch this if I'm being honest. Yeah, the English stuff just dominates it. I don't know, guys. Is there anyone here who doesn't speak English? I mean, I also speak Spanish, but anyone else here who doesn't speak purely English? Anyone else who have a second language? Because I don't know, guys. Yeah, the Spanish dub, I can speak from experience that, yeah, the English dub is miles better than the Spanish one. The Spanish dub definitely has its merits, and I definitely have a lot of nostalgia and fondness for it. Not just necessarily for nostalgia-based reasons, but no, the English dub carries. It might be owed to the memes, but the English dub is just way too funnier when it comes to the line deliveries and whatnot. Okay, now it's too loud, guys? Okay, now you guys need to make up your minds. I'm kidding. Hungarian? Yeah, I know. Swamp, you're German, right? Do you speak German? I don't know. But anyways, you know what? Let's see what else there is. Just out of curiosity. I think for today, guys, just like last Sunday, we're not gonna stick to the reactions for too long, because I just want to keep playing Sunshine. That's all there is to it. I don't know, guys. Something about just playing games and talking while being able to talk to chat. You just can't replace that kind of experience. Okay, that sounded corny as heck, but y'all know what I mean. I don't know, something about just sitting back playing a game and actually being able to talk to people. Like, I don't know. You just can't, it's basically, it's practically an addiction the more I think about it. But no, I sincerely hope it doesn't come off that way. Yes, Keith, I have, and I'm never reading that on stream. Like, I know I read It's Not Your Fault like almost a year ago. Holy crap, it's been almost a year, but that's it. No. I more or less agreed to that idea kind of on a whim, but also out of curiosity, but also because there's no... Yeah, it's a very dark story that has no business having anything to do with TLH, but at the same time, it's not... it has no obscene material directly, so... But the thing about Rewrite the Stars, though, yeah, no, it crosses a lot of boundaries that I am not... One, I would probably get TOS for. Secondly, no, just no. Just no. No, N to the no, O to the N, no. And again, that spells no on. You know what I mean. Why aren't they sold on the video? It's the length of its swap, and also, I can kind of already tell where this is... Like, you know what? Let me... Okay, you know what? Maybe I'm being a little too close-minded. Let's listen to the first... Maybe the first 5 minutes, and then we'll work from there. But I don't know. The first minute definitely left a really awkward first impression on me. That's all I can really say.
But Beavis and Butthead are no laughing matter to many people. And
every time that you see Mewtwo, he's in this pose. 3 fingers. It means Hail Satan.
No, it doesn't. Yeah, religious figures yapping about Pokemon, yapping about adult cartoons, blah, blah, blah. I don't know. This trend... It got old really fast. But you know what? Let's hear it out a little bit.
The marketing executives promoting Aqua Teen Hunger Force on Cartoon Network.
Usted va a ver a ese muñequito que parece un bebé, pero en realidad habla como homosexual.
Why would you? What? What? It's freaking SpongeBob, Baboso. Why? Oh gosh, man. I don't know what's more frustrating. People who think like this, or people who think like this are worth taking seriously. And you know what? That's definitely, you know what? No disrespect to Ellis Mark, but he does seem like that the latter kind of person.
Cartoon controversies. You never know what you're gonna get. Sometimes you'll start with an argument as reasonable as Pokemon's advertising in the 90s was very deliberately designed to get kids as enthused as possible at the idea of buying everything they can get their grubby little hands on.
Yeah, that's kind of how marketing works. I don't know why parents seem to have a problem with that specifically, which they kind of did, but at that point, again, it's just like with it's just like with, let me put it this way, guys, it's the same reason you really need to supervise your kids when you're on the internet. If you're not, it's your responsibility to make sure they grow up maturely and they don't get too greedy. Like, just basically teach them basic principles, if that makes any sense.
Then some nutcase finds out about it and starts rambling about how it's actually promoting witchcraft.
Wait, what?
By the devil himself to turn your kids into murderers.
Yeah, guys, take it from someone who grew up with an overly religious mother. Surprisingly, I did not turn out... Surprisingly, I'm pretty satisfied with the way I turned out, against all the odds. It's all I can tell you.
Your children need to know there's a devil, and he hates them, and he wants to ruin their life.
Probably not the best image to use to back up your point.
You could have used... I don't know what year this turned out, but... You could have used any of the other 151 Pokemon, and you would have gotten your point across a little better. Like, I don't know, maybe a Charizard, a Moltres, I don't know, man.
Jigglypuff! It's
Jigglypuff! I don't know, man.
Obviously laughable today. We can look back on these videos and question how anybody paid any mind.
Yeah, Arian, like, again, there's a... You know, I've honestly watched a lot of his videos on stream, or a handful of them. I'm kind of surprised I'm not subscribed to him, but then he's also got stuff like this. Like, I don't know, man. Is anyone really gonna hold it against me?
To this shit at the time. But then they'll cut to the crowd and they're captivated. They're taking it in. You'd have the President of the United States publicly calling out The Simpsons, signifying the downfall of positive American family values.
To make American family...
Okay, to be fair, though, that was the least of Bush's concerns, if I'm being honest. Both of them.
He's a lot more like the Waltons and a lot less like the Simpsons.
Huh?
Hey, we're just like the Waltons. We're praying for an end to the Depression, too.
And this was at a time where the Simpsons... Let me put it this way, the political commentary wasn't too bad. I'm guessing this was what, late 80s, early 90s? No, okay, early 90s, because I know that the Simpsons dropped in the 80s.
I mean, can you...
You know what, let me look up the exact date, just out of curiosity. Also, again, yeah, I know, guys. I know the music might be too loud, or maybe it's just too loud on my end. I'm pretty sure I looked into this before, but yeah, 1989. So yeah, this is definitely the 90s. I don't remember what exact years. Is this even Bush Senior or Bush Junior? I don't know, man. Like, I don't know. I don't get too caught up with American politics, mainly because I'm not American, even though I do have an American education.
Imagine something like this happening today. Oh, the 90s were an especially interesting time for cartoon controversies.
Yep.
They were arguably at their peak. You know, coincidentally, this uptick in arguments correlated with the exact moment our media was becoming less sanitized.
Yes,
I guess.
was America's bad boy. I once hid my dad's hat.
Throughout the decade, cartoons were being given a lot more freedom to be violent, crude, satirical, less concerned with everything being appropriate for kids.
Okay, to be fair, though, I think pretty much all the footage of every example he's shown so far, for the past at least 30 seconds or so, it's been Family Guy, Simpsons, South Park, all shows that are clearly not aimed at kids. Not that that stopped 10-year-old me from watching Family Guy, but you know what? I got the ass whooping I deserved anyways.
Won't somebody please think of the children?
And this, naturally, created the perfect breeding ground for controversy.
Uh-huh.
Kids didn't want to watch the Smurfs, Care Bears, any of that bullshit. They embraced the mainstream edginess with open arms.
He's not wrong. I'm gonna be real with you guys. Even at the ripe old age of 10 or 11, like, yeah, if Family Guy was airing on antenna television, which occasionally it was, I'd be down to watch it. Just because, hey, he's not wrong. Craving that mainstream edginess, if nothing else.
Left parents, religious groups, politicians, basically everyone this type of media was directly standing up against, to scramble together, figuring out.
Okay, I will say this though. I could never get into Beavis and Butthead. I thought the art style was just so ugly, even back then.
Where the line was now supposed to be. You had this bizarre cycle where a cartoon did something relatively tame by today's standards. But back then it was met with newspaper columns, TV reports, the studios would need to comment, and it would go on and on until another controversy came along, in which the cycle repeats. Like the fate of Western civilization depended on whether or not Bart Simpson promoted doing your homework and brushing your teeth twice a day. I'd say
Okay, you're kind of speaking a little too generally, my guy. Can we get into like maybe a specific example?
by the time the 2000s
You know what? Maybe there's a reason you put timestamps on the video.
rolled around, we didn't see these controversies popping up quite as much. At least they weren't as weird. Typically from that point on, the uproar would be sparked by a single episode or a moment from a show, rather than the concept of the program itself.
Yeah.
But that means when there was something worth talking about, it was a big deal. And so join me as I take a look through a variety of cartoon controversies from the past 40 years.
You know what? Not to spoil myself, but
stupid.
Okay, I will say this: I don't care about Ren and Stimpy, and I don't care about Beavis and Butthead. So, wait a minute, what is Cow and Chicken on about? Okay, I'm not gonna go through all of these guys because, like I said, the video is way too long, and if I go through every bit, it's just gonna be here all day. And you know what? I may as well skip the sponsor while I'm at it. So let's get it.
I've been playing a lot of Simpsons clips so far, and it's for good reason. Just barely premiering in 1989, The Simpsons, Bart in particular, became the poster child for this oncoming 90s counterculture mentality. It really does go to show how different our mainstream culture was back then.
Wait, did he mean to say counterculture? Okay, maybe it's just maybe I just misheard it because of his accent.
That this...
I'm Bart Simpson. Who the hell are you?
Was something worth getting so up in arms about. I don't think it's a stretch to say that many of us weren't around for Simpsons mania. God knows I wasn't. And so it's crazy to look back and discover just how much the idea of an animated sitcom being this openly dysfunctional terrified parents. A majority of the cartoons airing at the time existed in this very specific bubble, where everything was required to be sunshine and rainbows. If a character did something...
Okay, to be fair though, I mean... Isn't that well enough implied depending on the network it's on? Even in the 90s? Or late 80s, however you want to put it?
...harmful or got into trouble, there had to be a very clear distinction between nice behavior and bad behavior.
Again, the network... The network it's presented on just takes care of that idea alone, so what the heck are people on about?
Then here comes along The Simpsons, where the dad frequently strangles his son, who hits school and teachers and plays by his own rules. The fucker makes up words in Scrabble. And this is what the scumbags at Fox are exposing our children to? It's funny to see how so much of the controversy surrounding the show simply came from the idea of it existing.
Yeah.
They would dare try and present a family that isn't perfect.
Okay, to be fair though, it did get worse as time went on, and I'm of the cold take, guys. Yeah, The Simpsons is not as funny as it used to be, if at all.
Like real families. Hey, Real families aren't yellow either. What's the deal, Matt? To a lot of parents,
Ha ha ha.
represented the collapse of Western civilization. There was genuine fear that kids would watch Bart talk back to his parents or not pay attention in class and replicate that behavior IRL.
Okay, but again, what parent would unapologetically let their kids watch The Simpsons? You know, not behind, under their supervision, which it should be at all times, relatively speaking. Like, I don't know, guys. Like I said, I had a very religious mother, and yeah, she would not let me watch The Simpsons under any circumstances, even the PG-rated episodes.
A lot of these people didn't care for the distinction that a show presenting a character doing bad things doesn't equate to them endorsing said bad thing. It's for comedy, which stood out at times.
Comedy, commentary, a lesson, yeah. One of many possibilities, but and they say I'm cynical, but somehow these types of parents, yeah, they'd somehow come off as even worse than me.
When being funny was priority.
The difference is I actually think about it though.
3 for a lot of cartoons, right under teaching a good moral and offer a distraction so mom can enjoy a quick glass of wine.
Honestly, Arian, I thought it lost its charm long before even Disney bought it.
The Simpsons were the perfect representation for the old rules being on their way out. You had people like Bill Cosby, who at the time was—
Oh boy. Yeah. Okay. You know what? I'll hear it out.
The living embodiment of creating respectable family television. Coming out to call—
That did not age well, I'll tell you that much.
Call the show mean-spirited and cruel.
Also, hello, Tails. Okay. Oh, wait. Hold on. Speaking of people coming in, where the heck is Sora, guys? Okay, you know what? We'll talk about this after we're done watching the video.
Coincidentally, he decided to say this around the time The Simpsons started to beat him in the ratings. I'm sure that has nothing to do with it.
Yeah, just a coinky dink. Also, hello, Tails.
It's always kind of on Bill to be a stand-up citizen.
Jesus Christ, how fucked up are you? Sorry, pardon my language. How messed up do you gotta be that... I hate it when celebrities just hinge on their fame. I really do. Let alone anyone who treats any sort of accomplishment like pretty much as an excuse to get away with anything, man. Or try to earn sympathy. No, I don't give a crap. Rot in prison, Cosby.
There were some parents and school officials from the time who did decide to take a more nuanced approach to the whole thing, pointing out how the whole appeal of the show is that these aren't perfect characters. That it's more relatable for a kid to see a dysfunctional family, much like their own.
Okay, yeah, sure, but it's not like it's impossible for any show that's actually aimed at children to present that idea. I mean, look at frickin' Timmy Turner or frickin' all of Arnold's friends and Hey Arnold. Like, the 90s was filled with these kinds of characters. Not necessarily in a show aimed at adults or teenagers. I don't know what The Simpsons' target audience is, relatively speaking.
A lot of this did seem to stem from a desire to keep these uglier sides of our society behind closed doors. You'd straight up have school principals saying stuff like, "When you see things like this, it makes people think about things they don't need to think about." Other adults took more drastic measures. Eventually, The Simpsons became unavoidable. Bart Mania.
Like, it's not... Is it really so much of an issue to just view something like this out of intellectual curiosity without getting the wrong ideas? Like I said, kids don't know any better, but kids have no business watching this kind of show in the first place, at least with the right parents.
In full effect. Most famously, some schools would straight up ban Simpsons shirts with Bart stating obscenities like, "Don't have a car, man," and...
Yeah, in some ways, Ghostfire, I kind of agree. Like, yeah, there's a couple episodes that, yeah, I'm down to watch again because they were actually funny. But there has been how many seasons of the show has there been? I want to say like 20, 25, I don't know. The point is it's one too many. And yeah, like, yeah, it's a fun show if you go to the right episodes, but for the most part, I don't get the hype. I don't understand how this has been. Same reason I don't care about the modern seasons of SpongeBob. I don't know how this has lasted for well over, what, 3 decades at this point? A little more than that, actually. No, wait, no. Yeah, 3 decades, actually. What am I saying? Almost 4.
Underachiever and proud of it. Man, you have all these real, genuine issues with the education system that...
Okay, to be fair, though, hold on. Yeah, I can see why this kind of messaging might be a bit of a problem. But again, kids have no business exposing themselves to it to begin with. I'm guessing this shirt is aimed at adults. Like, I don't know, man. Part of the problem here is really just The Simpsons' marketing, because they keep implying this idea that it's kind of aimed at kids, but also it isn't. Like, I'm a little confused. I'm not gonna lie.
Man, you have all these real, genuine issues with the education system that needs addressing, and instead, here's a group of adults having legitimate discussions about whether or not this is too threatening. It all fed into itself. You had stupid lame grown-ups telling you not to watch The Simpsons, not to wear a t-shirt, you know?
If anything, it could have served as a cautionary tale for public schools, but you know what? There's a reason I don't trust the public education system, and I am grateful that I went to private school. I will tell you guys that much, and I will stand by
It
that.
only makes you want to do it more. Suddenly, wearing a t-shirt was fighting back at the establishment. It was a self-fulfilling prophecy. The most interesting part about all this to me was why people eventually stopped being so angry at The Simpsons. It's not like the crew caved into this feedback at all, you know, why would they?
Yeah, I mean, you're ultimately your satire / comedy. Like if you stick to your guns, yeah, you have no reason to take these kinds of ideas seriously. Maybe you'll hear it out, but ultimately you realize, yeah, no, they're full of crap.
Instead, as the 90s continued, we got to see just how much The Simpsons...
Holy crap, Swamp, when you say 800 episodes, I mean, yeah, that's how it goes, man. But like I said, I don't know, my dynamic with The Simpsons, it's a little complicated. Like I said, I have certain fondness for episodes that I watched growing up, even though, again, ironically, I was not its target audience. And yeah, whenever, like, guys, a couple of years ago, for whatever reason, a couple of Twitch streamers, or maybe it was just the one guy, I don't know how he popped up in my recommended page on my Twitch channel, on my Twitch page, but he was just airing classic episodes of The Simpsons, like publicly on stream, just for anyone to watch. And yeah, I kind of fell asleep to it. It's definitely a very entertaining show, you know, before it got shut down and whatnot. But like, I don't know what to make of The Simpsons ultimately. Like, it's fun, but also it's not that. I don't think it deserves to be as iconic as it is, if I'm being honest.
Landscape going forward. They paved the way for other similar shows that poked fun at the last picture-perfect aspects of life. Some of which pushed the envelope way further than Bart Simpson dared.
Yeah, Family Guy definitely took it to a new extreme.
The idea that a cartoon could be crude...
In the early season, in the first season, it was definitely a lot more tame. But after that, yeah, they were not pulling any punches. Whether it's with the gore or the inappropriate humor.
Cynical stopped being particularly shocking, and it was all thanks to The Simpsons. It's funny how much...
Okay, guys, here's the plan as far as this video is concerned. I'm only gonna go to the segments of the shows that I care about, namely Pokemon, South Park, SpongeBob, and I guess just out of curiosity, Cow and Chicken, because what the heck is that about? I don't remember anything about the show, guys, if I'm being honest.
How much things change over such relatively short periods of
Like, I remember playing as Cow in that Cartoon Network racing game that dropped in the early 2000s, but that's it.
time.
That's my only memory of the show, if I'm being honest. Well, that and the theme song, in Spanish.
What was once the pinnacle of Edge soon became one of the tamer options out there. It's been said a million times, but at a certain point...
Okay, to be fair though, Kim, Sesame Street is literally aimed at toddlers. It's supposed to have... I mean, I guess child education, relatively speaking, doesn't have its limits.
Counterculture becomes the culture.
Or maybe it does. I don't know, man. You can only drag it out for so long, but I guess... I don't know. I'm not sure I understand the intricacies of educational television. Oh gosh, I sounded way too snob saying it, but you know what I mean.
The Simpsons became the standard. And in the exact same way The Simpsons mocked what came before, newer shows eventually started poking fun at just how mild The Simpsons was.
Yeah?
What's the worst thing you've ever done?
Yeah, South Park and Family Guy definitely take it to a much bigger extreme.
I stole the head off a statue once.
Wow, that's pretty hardcore.
Proven it was that there was a massive audience for cartoons that had no interest in being wholesome.
Yeah.
And so, how far do you think...
In the early 90s, where, yeah, it felt like every cartoon was doing that. Although, again, like I said, they were aimed at kids.
You can take this. Well, unfortunately for parents, it didn't take long for them to find out. In 1991, Nick...
Oh, okay, yeah, we're skipping this one.
Another controversies.
Is that a good idea? Roosters aren't like Choo-Choo Nezumis. They haven't the heart for such endeavors.
I do remember this episode.
Are those
Pokemon?
Those good moral values?
I don't know what the hell they're talking about.
My Pokemon was a completely
different
beast. Instead of groups responding in outrage to anything actually in the series...
I think my biggest gripe with the Pokemon anime, and I say this as a lifelong Pokemon fan, guys, I don't know, the anime is just way too... Like, the dialogue, it just feels so unrealistic most of the time to where, yeah, all of the corniness really sticks its rear head.
Their issues came from what they believed these creatures...
I choose you, Pikachu. Like, no... One, who talks like this? And two, I don't want my kids being that absurd.
Could represent the devil.
And then there's also the Satanism allegations, which I think were a load of bullcrap.
And yeah, I'm cutting Pokemon as a cartoon. I know. Actually, it's anime. Alright, anime.
Yeah, I don't care about the semantics. Anime basically means cartoon in Japanese, guys. Like, get over yourselves. Like, yeah, there's a means to distinguish it. There might be times where there's a means to distinguish it, or there has to be, but who freaking cares,
Yes.
ultimately?
Congratulations. Whatever you want to call it, Pokemon was fucking everywhere. Still
Yes. It kind of still is. Still the largest media franchise in the world, guys.
By the late
That's not an exaggeration.
90s, it was inescapable. You had the games, the trading cards, endless merchandise, the movie, the TV show. Pikachu was slapped onto anything that a Pikachu could be slapped on. Quickly becoming one of those rare
Hello, Mr. Chloe.
franchises where everybody knew what it was, whether or not they had even engaged with it.
Pokemon!
Pokemon? Pokemon was the pokey and the man in the thing where the guy comes out and...
Okay, I think the only thing more cringy than the Pokemon anime itself was just any Western satirical show like The Simpsons or South Park, just actually not understanding the material whatsoever and just saying it for the just name dropping it for the sake of name dropping it.
This one clip somehow captures 3 different topics we've talked about today. I'm on a roll. Naturally, when something does get this big, controversy becomes less a question of if and more a question of when. And there were some genuinely reasonable controversies. Probably
Like
the most notable being the episode Electric Soldier Porygon.
Okay, that too. That's completely fair because apparently it provoked a ton of seizures in Japan to where several children were hospitalized. Yeah, I can totally understand why this was never localized.
Which caused hundreds of Japanese kids to experience seizures and other symptoms.
Gosh.
I wonder why. But then you had others just going off the deep end. Pokemon
Like?
wasn't just designed to rot your kids' brains figuratively, but literally too. By the devil.
Okay, again.
How?
Bullcrap.
Because these guys became the next target for the religious panic that it
Yeah, I will say this though, guys. I definitely had a handful of friends who were like, hey, did you know Pikachu is a demon? Like, what the frick are you on about? Who put this in your head?
already spent years.
My gosh, man.
Current piece of media a kid prefers.
Like, I swear, true story, guys. You know what? It's a little bit of a brief anecdotal story. And you know what? Let me turn on the music for this. Okay. Long story short, back when I was in middle school, a friend of mine, it was a gift exchange. It was around Christmas time, and for a gift exchange, a friend of mine gifted another friend basically a little backpack shaped like a Pikachu, but with a brown mustache shown on its face. You know, like a curly mustache. You know what? I think I can actually find a Google image that actually shows exactly what I'm talking about. This one. Not even kidding, guys. It's a Pikachu backpack, but my friend went out of its way to sew a mustache on its face. Exactly like this one. And you know what? I thought it was the cutest thing ever. And then some of my classmates were like, did you know Pikachu is a demon? And at the time, I was like, what the frick are you on about? And as I got older and older, I thought to myself, wow, must really suck to be so easily manipulated by our parents. Okay, to be fair, we were teenagers at the time. One of them was in high school, but gosh, man, the exacerbations that I get from religious figures and the like, it was genuinely nauseating to where, no, it just makes no sense. You're just saying it's the satanic for the sake of saying, oh, it's satanic. Almost like you have no basis for it, other than just, you know, the whole animal cruelty vibes or whatever, but I think it's definitely a lot more nuanced than they ever made it out to me. Not that they ever thought about it. But anyways, moving on.
Bird over eating their vegetables. My kid wants to play video games and watch cartoons. It's the work of Satan. Apparently, the Pokemon were used to represent something more sinister. They
Like
had
what?
Supernatural abilities. Evolved. Some were ghosts. Get him!
Yeah, ghosts. Totally never a thing in any other cartoon. Totally not at all.
This was nothing new. That's what makes it most funny.
Yep.
In the 80s, it was Dungeons and Dragons. The same was said about
Really?
heavy metal video games. Now it's a cartoon about a kid's collection of magic animals.
They meet that guy who has a Meowth who can literally do Thunderbolt. When I tell you that blew my mind, you were... I don't see what... Okay. Meowth, but using electric powers. I don't see what the big fuss is, if I'm being honest. I guess to a kid, it would be exciting.
What are we gonna do? I swear to God, the devil has got to be the most overworked guy in the entertainment industry. Bro had the time to personally design all the Pokemon, create D&D, make some rockin' music. As part of a union. Pokemon just had too much material for these guys to work with. There's 151 of them. Fuck, I bet at least one is worth getting mad about. Yeah.
For completely unrelated. Wait, what the frick am I looking at? No, stop. It's not that deep, bro. It's all I can tell you.
Pokemon supposedly being based on demons. The concept of evolution having religion.
Okay, to be fair though, again, Swamp. Yeah, okay, you got psychic powers and whatnot, but again, little to no correlation with Satanism, let alone especially coming from the Japanese. Like when they want to focus on demons, they'll focus on demons and they'll let you know about it. But I think that definitely doesn't apply here.
Their powers were a cult. You think they'd care more about the premise, kids forcing innocent animals to battle for sport?
Yeah, ironically, it feels like the least of their concerns, but what do I know? I wasn't alive in the early 90s.
See, PETA had the right idea. Like most moral panics...
Yeah, I'm sure they did, man. Yeah, I'm sure PETA has definitely not come off as two-faced and preachy throughout any of its history to where no one takes them seriously.
The thing eventually started losing steam. Nothing really changed about the material itself. It remained...
Honestly, Arian, I watched the Pokemon anime at a time where I didn't even think about shipping or that kind of character dynamic, and you know what? In this particular context, it's probably for the best because, yeah, y'all already know the Pokemon anime is notorious for not committing to a ship or having the balls to make two characters kiss on screen. For whatever reason with Ash and Serena, it's just completely implied.
Just as a cult as ever.
And when Latia said goodbye to Ash, it was just a kiss on the cheek, even though, in that instance, it's probably for the best.
People just find something else to be terrified of. Terrorism. The Simpsons had proven there was already a huge audience for animated shows that had no interest in being wholesome. And only 3 years later, Beavis and Butthead came out.
Okay, we're skipping this one because, like I said, guys, I just could never get into Beavis and Butthead. Be it their line deliveries, the ugly art style, or just the fact that the characters were intentionally ugly, but that doesn't make them any less ugly or let me stomach it a little more easily, if that makes any sense.
Park. If parents thought they should be worried about The Simpsons, they had no clue what was on the horizon.
Yeah, especially in the early seasons. Guys, literally the first episode, there's a giant, like, satellite coming out of Cartman's butthole. Was that the first episode, or am I thinking of another one? Point is, yeah, it definitely got very raunchy.
In 1997, South Park quickly became the latest thing parents were terrified of. Or at least were told they should be terrified of. By 1998, articles were already framing it as the next escalation of TV vulgarity.
Okay, to be fair... Okay, I needed to regain my composure before I comment on this. That episode where Randy was on Wheel of Fortune? I'm sorry, man. Yeah, okay, he more or less unapologetically dropped the hard R. Maybe that is worth a little bit of controversy, but at the same time, the delivery is just too freaking perfect for me to be mad at it. Like, I'm telling you, man.
And it was pretty straightforward.
I think this is one of those circumstances where I think both sides are right.
The cartoon where the kids are the ones swearing, and they're not stopping at hell or damn either. Despite its art style, the show had no interest.
Yeah, okay, Teutonic. Okay, my memory's not too far off, because I do remember watching the first episode at some point when I was a teenager.
And pretending it was designed for children.
Because they were, I think they were rerunning it on the CW. I don't remember the exact channel. Like, I don't know. Anyone else here who actually watched actually had an antenna growing up instead of basic cable? Like, you know, the CW, Fox 5, NBC, back when it was available on antennas and whatnot. That's basically what I grew up with. Also, Canal 5 for you Mexicans out in the chat.
Which naturally made
or Spanish speakers, really.
Like the coolest thing to watch when you were a kid. I know I thought I was cool for watching it. And South Park really did destroy that bar. It wasn't trying to be edgy in the same way Simpsons or Beavis and Butthead was.
Okay, to be fair though, it was pretty edgy anyways. Or rather, I think inappropriate describes it more accurately.
Creators Trey Parker and Matt Stone were already making deliberately offensive comedy before South Park. It was just their sense of humor.
Really?
It's not like they were sitting around trying to make parents angry, even if sometimes they did like to poke fun at the thought.
Which they kind of did. I mean, their whole movie is basically running on the idea of, hey, parents maybe should actually supervise what their kids are watching instead of blaming everyone else. Like, y'all know the song, Blame Canada, Blame Canada. Like, honestly, peak satire, peak commentary, and I'm telling you, man, just peak comedy. That has aged remarkably well, even though that movie's from, like, what, 1999?
And now, when played backwards, you can almost make out satanic messages.
Listen carefully.
I am Satan, love me.
While later South Park would be
Exactly, man. These kinds of posers who never shut up about these kinds of things, not worth taking
I'm
seriously.
much more interested in having a point to its stories, using its characters to satirize whatever they were pissed off about that week. Most of the early stuff was just fucking stupid. I mean, the first episode is all about the main character having an anal probe shoved up his ass. There was no pretending what this
Okay, took the words right out of my mouth. Yeah.
was and who it was for. The thing is, too, you can't say that Comedy Central didn't know of the potential controversy surrounding their new series. And while they certainly played into it for marketing,
Yes.
you can't deny they didn't do everything in their power to make it clear this is not for kids.
Yeah.
Which, as we've learned time
Again, if you're airing on Comedy Central of all places, what business do kids have having access to this channel, let alone their parents not supervising them? How?
and time again, only made it all the more appealing.
Like, as you get older, guys, you really start thinking to yourself, wow, maybe my parents were just bad parents. At least as far as this part of my upbringing is concerned.
It was like forbidden television. That's how I looked at it when I put it on at night.
No, Arian, Hulu is actually not available in Mexico, so I have no means to watch it. At least, I think it's only on Hulu. Don't quote me on that, though.
Finger constantly hovering over the next channel button in case my parents walked in. With the show having a much shorter production schedule compared to other animated programming, it didn't take long for Matt and Trey to start mocking these angry parents from within the show itself.
Yep.
We will not let these
I mean, like I said, the whole movie revolves around this idea.
corporate half-wits ruin our children's minds. Launch!
Rally around us, the underdogs. Just look at our massive fan base.
Gosh, I will say this, though. Kyle's mom, Mrs. What's her name? Sheila Broflovsky? I think it started with an SH. I think she is the blueprint for all the for Karens, man. Even though ironically her name is not even Karen.
Because they would just as equally do shit to deliberately piss off their most diehard fans as well.
Now, finally, the shocking truth about Cartman's lineage will not be seen tonight.
And then it turns out his dad is his mom, but then it turns out his dad is Scott Tenorman's dad. Something. I'm telling you, man, these guys used to be able to improvise in some of the most hilarious ways. Like, they do not care about world building or lore or anything along those lines. They're just in it for the stupidity of the comedy. To where, and you know what? They own it well enough to where I could respect it. At least back in the early 2010s and whatnot.
We can bring you the following special presentation.
People have been waiting 4 weeks to see who the Harvey's father is. And all you guys can show is Terrence and Philip.
Really? Okay, forget the religious figures. I think the problem here, the controversy here, is just the fans. Or fans. I say fans very loosely in this context.
The show wasn't made for anyone but themselves on a network that desperately tried to stand out and make a name for itself. It's gonna be hard to shut that down by complaining enough. Even though Matt and Trey would eventually become critical of early South Park, namely the...
Yeah, Teutonic, because apparently a Jewish kid shouldn't be playing Joseph of Arimathea, and... oh my gosh, man. I'm telling you, man, I feel like 90% of all Karen, and by extension some, Jewish stereotypes are basically owed to this character, man.
Entirety of those first 3 seasons.
And then again, stereotypes exist for a reason, I suppose.
I think its overwhelming stupidity is a massive part of why it worked. They were allowed to make whatever they wanted, and the audience wanted to see that unfiltered vision.
Yeah. Who cares about world building? Who cares about character dynamics? We're just in it for the comedy, man.
Crudeness and all. Well...
like, yeah, there has to be some semblance of character consistency, but... ultimately, that's not the biggest priority, and it shows. Not necessarily a bad thing for now.
Seems like the only way we can put a stop to this is to blame a tragedy on it. Worked out so well last time. And so in 1998, a 12-year-old boy decided to take his own life.
Oh. What?
With South Park getting dragged into the story after...
I love the fact that the captions pronounce it as Scythe Park, because, again, Mark's accent, but you know what? I'm not going to hold that against him. I just think it's funny.
Reports claimed he left a note mentioning Kenny, the character whose whole gimmick was, dying every week.
Oh.
This was a pretty disgusting tactic on the media's part, with the boy's mother having to come out and reject this nonsense.
Yeah. Okay, I've stressed this, 5 different times throughout the stream, guys, but... and I definitely stand by it now more than ever. And sorry if I'm getting a little into a bit of a touchy subject. But again, what the frick is a 12-year-old doing watching South Park on Comedy Central with no supervision? Jeez, man.
that South Park had
Take the TV remote, unplug the TV, keep the TV away until someone can watch what he's watching. Simple enough, man. Gosh.
absolutely nothing to do with his death, and that the boy's note never even made this claim. Just another example.
Swamp. Well, Cass Mom said she's a big fat bit. She's the biggest bit. I cannot sing that song in good conscience, but you know what? It's still really funny.
Of the media trying to fit their own narrative with complete disregard to the actual people affected. After that, they couldn't continue pretending the story had any truth to it.
Also, hello, Chrono. I don't know if I said hi, but hello. Welcome to the stream.
And South Park continues to air to this day.
Yeah?
Never getting in another controversy again.
Yeah, totally not at all. Like I said before, guys, last decade, South Park was definitely at its peak, but this, they're definitely missing the mark when it comes to the accuracy of their satire. I'll leave it at that.
You know, until they pissed off conservative groups for prominently showcasing a gay character, and the time they got 5,000 complaints after airing an episode where they said the word shit 162 times. And there's the time they depicted the Virgin Mary bleeding from her vagina, and the time they were threatened with assassination after showing a caricature of Muhammad. They made fun of Steve Irwin too soon, couldn't help themselves, made a whole special around the Muhammad controversy.
Okay, to be fair, though, that... not necessarily my cup of tea. It definitely isn't, come to think of it, but... No, I don't think it's worth the censorship, necessarily. I would have to look a little more into it.
They pissed off China and got the show banned there. Just go watch Bloom's video. This could keep going.
Okay, to be fair, though, the China definitely had to come in.
Controversy is very much expected from South
I don't mean to get too political about it, guys, but fuck communism!
Park, though.
Moving on.
It's practically asking for it half the time. Now, tell me why SpongeBob SquarePants is the only show I can safely say rivaled it in terms of parental outrage.
Ow! Okay, I am completely unfamiliar with what's going on here, other than that little clip we saw at the beginning of the video. He says, "Suena como un." Can I even say it without getting demonetized?
But SpongeBob SquarePants is only meant for kids over 6, and now researchers say it might actually be hurting younger kids.
Actually, the answer is quite
The researcher in question being who? Your joint?
quite simple, and it's that no show has ever been, or will ever be, as big as SpongeBob.
Yeah.
Except for, I don't know, Cocomelon, I guess.
Ew, don't remind me. Why? Why did this brain slop manage to rise so much to prominence to where it's actually getting a movie produced by DreamWorks of all studios? Not even like some remote indie studio or whatever with a decent enough budget. Freaking DreamWorks, man. Basically second fiddle to freaking Disney. What does that tell you about the direction our entertainment industry is going? Golly, man.
In 1999, SpongeBob quickly became the newest cultural phenomenon. Everybody knew who SpongeBob was. Boys, girls, parents, grandparents, dogs, cats.
Blame the memes. Blame the memes. That's all I can tell you.
It was inescapable. Which meant it was also inescapable for people to start claiming this sponge was ruining their children. And then pulling out the usual baseless arguments like Satanism or it made my child a serial killer.
Huh?
To prove SpongeBob sucked? With science. And so a group of researchers at the University of Virginia put a group of 4-year-olds in front of SpongeBob for a brief period of time before testing their attention, finding that the kids who watched SpongeBob performed worse than those who watched slower pace programming like Caillou. What are the...
Okay, of all the educational shows you could have chosen, and I say education very lightly, you went with freaking Caillou? How does that... I call bull crap. Of all the shows you could have chosen, you chose the one where a 4-year-old behaves like a spoiled brat half the time and ultimately teaches you nothing. Like, okay, I guess you're a little less stimulated, mentally speaking, but what more than that?
The creator of Caillou conduct this experiment? This was more than enough for people to run with, though.
Like, who the heck bought these people off, man? Never mind the fact that you're running this experiment. The fact that you chose Caillou of all shows. Who bought you off? It just makes me think somebody paid you to do this.
SpongeBob can lead to learning problems? You can't hold us accountable. We're just...
Oh my god, Devin, you're not wrong, but I feel like this just takes it to a whole new low.
Asking a question. Let's forget the fact that these same kids weren't examined before taking the exam. The SpongeBob side just had an especially stupid bunch.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, there's so many variables that they just completely went completely undisclosed, I suppose. Seriously, show me the papers for this experiment, for this research, please. I would really love to look into them. Not on stream, because that would be pretty boring, but still.
This study was more so focused on analyzing the effects of a fast-paced cartoon on 4-year-olds, a demographic.
I swear, man, it just feels like everyone and everything that's involved with this animation industry, other than the animators themselves, and I guess by extension the screenwriters, are just so out of touch with what makes for good artistry or good animation or good entertainment on on TV, or in film, or you name it.
The show isn't even aimed towards, that being 6-year-olds. So it's not like the University of Virginia had some vendetta against SpongeBob, but that didn't stop everyone else from running with it.
Yeah.
They're running around doing a bunch of crazy stuff. I mean,
You mean like smoking cigarettes at a public park? Yeah. Yeah, totally. Yeah, I'm sure you really got your priorities straight, huh, you junkie?
that makes kids want to get up and run around and do crazy stuff.
Yeah, kids historically never ran around before the concept was introduced to them by SpongeBob.
Yeah, they are totally not known for their energy. They're totally not known for their energy and their impulsiveness. It's almost like it's a parent's job to keep that in check. What a concept!
You bet your ass this lady never ran around as a kid because this guy didn't tell her to.
Kids are too spun up to focus well after watching. Take a look compared to another show in the study.
Like, I guess it is a little fast-paced, but again, why Caillou of all shows? You had plenty of other shows to work with at this point in time. You had freaking Franklin, man. Seriously.
Caillou.
What the fuck's it all with Caillou? The show was fine at a plethora of different controversies over the years.
Why were they at any point in time acting like Caillou was a show worth respecting? Did they actually listen to what the characters were actually discussing or talking about? Did they actually pay attention to the writing, or were they just running with any slow-mo, any random schmo of a slow show?
And you'd be surprised at how much some of them grasp at straws. Years later, they aired the special SpongeBob You're Fired, which was bad. But in it, SpongeBob loses his job at the Krusty Krab, and Patrick tries to convince
I've actually never seen this episode, guys. Maybe I have, and I just don't remember, but you know what? Let's see.
Of the benefits to an unemployed lifestyle.
Okay, so here's the story. The harsh economic climate has hit the under...
Okay, this looks like a recent enough episode, maybe from like the late 2000s. So, what are we doing here?
Water community. After 14 years of flipping Krabby Patties, SpongeBob is fired from his job.
Oh, 14 years. So this was 2013. Not that long ago, compared to everything else we've seen in the video so far.
Mr. Krabs gives him the pink slip so he can save a nickel, but his lazy co-worker, Squidward...
SpongeBob's firing sparks political debate?
What?
Question? I was almost half convinced...
It's freaking SpongeBob. Why are you taking it this seriously, man? I mean, I know it's ultimately... At the end of the day, it's comedy, and... Okay, as far as this episode is concerned, comedy, I'm again using it too loosely, but whether it sucks or whether it doesn't, is it really worth taking this show of all things? Is it worth taking that seriously?
This was a marketing stunt by Nickelodeon to drum up interest in the show, but no, people...
Don't answer that, guys. I'm being rhetorical.
People seriously used this to discuss welfare and food stamps and whether or not the show is promoting a liberal or conservative mindset. I don't think it...
How about neither? It's just lazy... How about neither and it's just lazy writing? More than likely. Why do we need to go on either side of the political spectrum to be able to decipher the intricacies of this episode, if you can even call them intricacies to begin with?
It had any interest in either. The right-wingers find a new hero in their war against the poor. SpongeBob SquarePants is a...
Yeah, from the liberal-dominated mainstream media. Yeah, totally an impartial take that is totally not meant to serve as a smear campaign of any kind. You know, like every other outlet out there.
Sentence that should never need to be uttered.
So it kind of mirrors real life, right? In a lot of ways.
Really, it's a sponge. Come on.
All right. Fuck, that one didn't work. Show about the ocean. Show about the ocean. Climate change. SpongeBob promotes the idea of global warming.
What?
Clearly, Nickelodeon is pushing a global warming agenda.
Huh? Huh? I'm flabbergasted, guys. I am confused and flabbergasted. I am flabberfused. No, that doesn't really roll off the tongue, but y'all know what I mean.
And while there is no
You can barely hear the video? Give me a moment. Hold on. Hang on.
disputing the fact that the Earth is getting a little warmer, the big question is it man-made or is it...
But why is he... What does this have to do with SpongeBob, let alone any of its plot lines? What is... You know, sometimes I think to myself, maybe it's best that the media is mostly dominated by the opposite side of the political spectrum.
Amblin, I gotta cut it off. So back in 2011...
Yeah, what are you yapping about, my dude?
When Fox argued that SpongeBob was presenting global warming being man-made, without presenting the other side of the argument, that being it's natural.
There is no argument to begin with. He's just yapping.
They accused Nick...
What does SpongeBob have to do with climate change other than the fact that it's set in the ocean?
...of spreading this global warming agenda and pushing it onto children. Why is SpongeBob a part of this debate?
Exactly.
See, this is where
it has zero business with this debate.
I want you to just search Fox News SpongeBob and have fun going down that rabbit hole.
I don't want to. No. I feel like I'm gonna lose one too many brain cells. That's all I can tell you.
Because none of this compared to the SpongeBob controversy that absolutely plagued conversation.
Well, Eric, that's on you. Raise your own volume. It's already as loud as it gets.
Throughout the 2000s.
Jeez.
See, after witnessing SpongeBob and his antics for long enough...
You know what, let me put it this way. Eric, you bark one more order at me and I'm banning you.
A lot of people had one question on their mind. Is SpongeBob gay? This has been, for some reason, on folks' mind for a long time. Most notably in 2005, SpongeBob...
Okay, again. I grew up with this show at a time where, just like with Pokemon, my perception of this show was had little to zero to none romantic implications. Like, you can say what you will about his dynamic with Sandy, but guys, it's not anybody who tells you, oh, this character behaves way too optimistically, he's way too fruity, he's way too cheerful. Anyone who tells you they gotta be gay or autistic, yeah, no. Feel free to throw their credibility out the window. It's all I can tell you.
Appeared in this music video where a bunch of popular kids characters from the time would sing along to the song We Are Family. All innocent enough, except for one James Dobson who claimed this video wasn't just promoting diversity, but...
What? I have no idea who this is, but go on.
Homosexuality. Onto children! He later came out and said he never claimed SpongeBob himself was gay, but SpongeBob was taking part in advocating homosexuality.
What?
Steven Hillenburg...
Yeah, it's really not that complicated, and I sincerely doubt Steven Hillenburg would have actually had any kind of intention like that.
Himself had to respond to the accusation.
Like, just because a character is quirky or behaves optimistically or shows affection to even his male friends, like, say in the case of Patrick, no. It can easily be construed as platonic, and I think that's for the best. This kind of show has zero business having any real romantic tendencies or implications. It's freaking SpongeBob.
Simply stating that SpongeBob was asexual and that there are more important issues.
Again, why are we fixating on his sexuality in general, let alone any romantic interests?
To worry about. I don't know.
Like, it might make for a good joke every now and again, but no, even then. I feel like the jokes of every joke involving the romance with him and Sandy was just pretty tame or just boring. The only one I can think of is that one with Truth or Square, where they were staging like a wedding for some reason.
Seems pretty important. But this wasn't the first or last instance of this being brought up. In fact, SpongeBob's sexuality has been put into question for years, for some reason. Folks start...
Okay, Eric, that's it. Yeah, it's one thing when you're barking orders at me, but you will not show any more disrespect to the rest of my viewers. Get out of my chat. Sheesh.
Started asking questions. Why does SpongeBob act so flamboyant? Why?
I'm telling you, man, bare minimum when it comes to the etiquette on this channel, guys. And some people just can't help themselves, can they?
Why does he not conform to gender norms? Why is he always holding hands with...
He's just wearing a freaking maid costume just for the comedic value. Because, you know, he's got a freeloader living in his house.
Buoyant. Why does he not conform to gender norms?
Like, why... Not once throughout my entire childhood or every time I've seen this moment did I think to myself, oh yeah, he's totally queer. Oh yeah, he's totally on the spectrum. No! It's just funny, man. Dude wearing a maid outfit because it actually fits the context. It's funny. Gosh, man.
Why is he always holding hands with Patrick? I think I'm gonna be sick. It's funny how everything we've talked about this video so far at least has some basis in reality.
Okay, to be fair though, Teutonic, I don't think, no disrespect to Wander Over Yonder, because I know it's definitely an underrated Disney show, but it's nowhere near the it could not hold a candle to the prominence of SpongeBob, even now, even back then when it was still airing.
Some level of importance around them. How are kids influenced by TV? Can it lead to them making bad choices in life? And now it's just, does SpongeBob enjoy the company of other men? Hey, maybe consider that SpongeBob is a fucking sponge.
Exactly. Why are we even thinking about this on either end of the political spectrum and whatnot? Why are there morons thinking, oh, he's totally gay? And why are there morons thinking, no, why is he promoting homosexuality? No, none of that. Why even think about it? Why even bring it up? Why do we gotta cram identity politics into a freaking children's show?
Who cares? A lot of these SpongeBob controversies.
You know what? I'm talking to the Loud House as well when it comes to that.
Quickly
because they are definitely a lot less subtle about it.
Because, well, they're
and it is intentional in that case.
dumb. None of this stopped Nick from pumping out more SpongeBob. Didn't stop the show from presenting him this way. If anything, they've leaned into his flamboyance more. With a cartoon this big, it's no
like, can't a guy just be flamboyant for the sake of just the fun of it? Like, yeah, I will admit, guys, I can be a little flamboyant myself. Sometimes I am and here on stream. You guys have heard me. But by no means am I gay. It's that simple. It's not complicated. Like, God forbid a guy show any semblance of flamboyancy, theatricality, or showmanship without basically getting stereotyped. It's kind of insulting, if I'm being honest.
Looking for something worth getting mad about.
And it definitely tends to shatter a kid's confidence.
And thankfully, most of the time, nobody cared. I mean, we all know he's dating Sandy. Again, SpongeBob makes sense. Why anyone would give enough of a shit to complain about cotton chicken, I have
Whoa, where is this going? That's what I want to know.
no clue. Okay, I have one clue.
Okay, yeah, kind of fair, but also maybe it's not that serious. Yeah, I do remember that guy from Cow and Chicken. What was his name? Guys, I forgot what his name in English is, but in Spanish, his name is Trasero Rojo, which literally means red butt. That's all I can say.
When this show was airing on Cartoon Network, this character, Red Guy, had a different name. Take a guess what that was.
All right, Arian. You know what? It's been a while since I've hit the gym. I think it's about time.
Hello?
I just really don't have the time with my 10-hour shifts, but yeah, I need to go to the gym. I need to get back on the gym.
It's me, the devil. I stand for all that is bad. Also, I'm naked.
Hey, yo.
This isn't even some lame cartoon theory. That was the plan.
Yeah, they're very upfront about it. But you know what? Like I said, guys, I remember little to nothing about this show. So what was the take on this? What was the general consensus?
The creator of Cow and Chicken actually came up with this character in a dream. He just wouldn't escape his mind and somehow played a major role in the show because of that. The pilot aired with their What a Cartoon Shorts program.
I mean, to be fair, though, it's not the first time the devil has been presented in a kid's show. In a definitively antagonistic way. Just to ask freaking... What's his name? Him from Powerpuff Girls.
But when it came time to greenlight a full series, Cartoon Network had one small note. Again, any guesses? You can't have a character called the devil in our kids' cartoon. Okay, sweet, here's...
Okay, but what if he's the villain? Like, it's really that simple. Just portray him in a way that kids would actually be rooting against him. It's not that complicated, man.
Red Guy works for me. The show never tries to pretend this guy isn't just the devil, which honestly makes it all the more funny that he's only referred to as Red Guy. Really goes to show just how edgy these kid networks at the time were allowing their cartoons to be. I appreciate David
I guess there was a bit of an effort in that regard, but...
His complete lack of fucks to give when it came to adapting Cartoon Network's notes. I'm sure MTV wishes they had taken the same level of precaution with the development of Clone High.
Honestly, if I didn't know any better, I'd say Cow and Chicken is an MTV show, but that's just because I remember little to nothing about it.
The 2002 high school...
And with that being said, though, guys, yeah, we're pretty much covered every segment that... Actually, no, you know what? Let's get to the conclusion. Just out of curiosity, but as far as the rest of the shows, guys, I really don't care. Let's see.
Honestly, this entire video has brought me to one conclusion, and
What?
it's holy shit. We sure do spend a lot of our time worrying about issues that don't yet exist. Desperate to find some ulterior motive in our entertainment. Is Bart Simpson a threat to kids' safety? Can a cartoon lead to someone committing a crime? Is SpongeBob subliminally teaching kids to be gay? Then
No. Wait, I love the fact that he showed this shot in particular.
Someone committing a crime. Is SpongeBob subliminally teaching kids to
My name's not Rick!
be gay? Then
Dare I say it? I don't know, guys. Classic SpongeBob has so many funny moments to where, yeah, I can't decide what's my favorite one.
the other side...
Let alone my top 5. Let alone my top 10, because it just has that many. There's a reason it has so many memes.
Of the coin, you got the complete lack of foresight towards problems that could have been totally anticipated. You want to put Gandhi in your cartoon? Sure, I can't see anyone having a problem with that. Put your light bright next to the bridge, they'll probably get the reference. But that's what makes all this so entertaining to look back on.
Yeah.
Every generation having their own cartoon that's...
It's nice to talk about it and think about it, but at the same time, it was all, in the grand scheme of things, What were we thinking? Why was this ever worth taking seriously? Why did we need to overthink it like this?
Signified the downfall of society. But somehow, we keep making it out alive.
Yeah, Nick, I have no idea who that is.
And so, I wonder what'll be next. Okay, well that's just uncalled for.
I have no idea who that is. I'm guessing that's his original show? I don't know, man. But alright, guys. That was a fun watch. Or a fun... How long did that take, actually? Okay, that took over an hour, guys. We were definitely at it. And you know what? I think, as like I said, I do want to keep playing some more Sunshine. So instead of cutting it at the hour-and-a-half mark, we're going to cut it here. So give me a moment to set up the Switch. Give me a moment to get some more water, because I'm really thirsty and it's really hot today. It's actually surprisingly cool today, although that's probably just the AC in here. With that being said, guys, I will be right back. Okay, here we are, guys. And I just realized I forgot to turn off my mic. Swamp, as far as I can tell, Kim is new here. The red guy in Cow and Chicken is voiced by Charlie Adler, who voices both Ed and Beep. Bev Big Head in Rocco's Modern Life. Yeah, guys, I know little to nothing about Rocco's Modern Life. Even though, ironically, as a child, I did have a dog named Rocco, even though I think he's was named after a completely different Rocco? I don't know. It's a long story. But with that being said... Did I miss any comment? What episode was this is the Krusty Krab? No, this is Patrick. Tracy, that's from Big Pink Loser from season 2. That episode where SpongeBob gets all of these awards. Patrick wants an award and he thinks he can get one by... I think it was working at the Krusty Krab. It's a very memorable episode. Not my favorite, but still really funny. Just cause memes. Hey buddy, you just blown from Stupid Town? Like, I don't know, it feels like every episode from the first 3 seasons has 1 or 2 one-liners that I still quote even to this day, man. Just cause peak comedy, it's all I can tell you. Also, let me reset the capture card real quick, guys, cause I can hear it crackling. And it's driving me crazy. Also, hello, Tracy. Welcome to the stream. Okay, I will say this, though. Sora, are you there, my guy? Cause, guys, I hosted a little contest on Discord yesterday, which you guys should join, by the way. I'll probably link it when the stream is over. Guys. Okay, hold on. Let me just make sure you guys can actually see what I'm referring to. Guys, I hosted a little contest on Discord yesterday, where I basically, well, long story short, I think I mentioned at some point I was doing a Black 2 stream, a casual Black 2 playthrough on my cell phone, and I wanted to see if anybody could actually get the references for all the nicknames on my team, and somebody did. Sora got them all before anyone else could. So, and I said hey, if you can get them all right, hey, maybe you can pick the next film for movie night. And I made the terms and conditions clear enough. At least I hope I did. Any film or fixed amount of TV episodes, no longer than 2 hours total for the latter, from any streaming platform in the Mexican servers, blah, blah, blah. And I said I wanted an answer before the end of the stream. Before the end of the stream today. So, Sora, where you at, homie? Because if he doesn't answer by the end of the stream, guys, I'm not entirely sure what I'm going to do for movie night. I'm probably just going to run off a poll that I conducted last week, but I don't know. It feels kind of short-lived that I hosted this whole impromptu contest and it's going to amount to nothing. It makes me kind of sad, so if anyone knows Sora, if anyone can reach out to him on Discord, please let him know, because what's going on here, man? Anyways, back to it. Maybe Sora doesn't care. I mean, if he doesn't, I wish he would let me know. He's not exactly known for his lack of communication. But anyways, okay, I should close this tab. I should close this. And I sincerely hope that wasn't copyrighted. It probably isn't. But alright, guys. Back to it. Someone getting arrested outside the pop culture event you went to? Wait, what do you mean, Kaizu? You know what? Maybe don't answer that. Just for the sake of not doxing yourself. Alright. Back to the sunshine. Oh wow, Noki Bay's already open? Wow. Wait, I only have like 22 shines though. You know what? To each their own, I guess. I don't know how this works. You know, come to think of it. Okay, we're done with Bianco Hills. We're done with Rico Harbor. You know, I will admit though, guys, sometimes there are instances where I do want to do the 8th mission. But I don't know. I'm still on the fence about it. But with that being said, yeah, let's go to Gelato. Let's go to Gelato. I think last time we left it off at the Wiggler fight. But you know what? Let me, just for the fun of it, let me deal with this guy. You know, if you would let me catch up to him. My guy, is the concept of stop, drop, and roll so foreign to you? Seriously. I'm guessing just a blue coin? Yeah, I don't care about these, if I'm being honest. I am not gonna lose sleep over how many blue coins I miss, guys, just because I hate the concept so much. I didn't know the difference between the 3D... Oh. Kaizu, I can't answer that question for you because the 3D All-Stars has been discontinued for a hot minute, man. I mean, yeah, Swamp, it's only... How many streams have I been playing this game for? Yeah, just last weekend. And like I said, I'm definitely not 100%ing it, guys, just because screw the blue coins. You know, speaking of things that should get screwed, I hate the Sandbird too. There is so many missions I cannot look back on fondly, guys. No matter how much nostalgia gets crammed into my face, just because the missions were that awful. And that definitely includes the Sandbird. And the Cataquax. And, well, I could go on. I really could. Okay, how do I get to this again? Wait, can I actually reach that from here? Nope. Okay. I can do it a little better. I think. Oh gosh. Okay, these controls are kind of slippery. Maybe that's just the Joy-Cons, though. I did not mean to spin there, but you know what? I'll take it. Okay, these camera angles are not cooperating, I'll tell you that much. There you go. Alright, let's get this over with. I hate this thing. I really do. I really do. And you guys will see why. Like, it would be... I will be legitimately shocked if I don't get myself killed at least once. Yeah, we know. Keep squawking for all I care. Okay, is it making the turn yet? It's not. Not yet. Okay, I think it needs to flap its wings a little harder before it starts doing it. Yeah, there you go, there you go, there you go. Get ready, get ready, get ready. Or I just die, because why not? Alright, let's make this quick. Get the 7 coins and work from there. I will say this though, guys. GameCube controller still reigns supreme as far as this game is concerned. Golly, I cannot get used to playing this game on the Joy-Cons. That's always a problem with ports, isn't it? Though some controllers are just not meant for a game that was originally intended for another console. Really, that simple. All right, get it out of your system, man. I'll be here ready. And hopefully I won't screw this up. Steady. Why did I just tapped the direct... I just tapped the input. I moved slightly to the right, but apparently that's enough for me to walk off. Sure. Official, I mean Kim, I try to plug it minimally just because I don't want the server to get a little too crowded. That's just a personal gripe. So like I said, on occasion, I will plug it in the description at the end of the stream, but it's very rare. And honestly, it's really convenient that the invite expires after a week, because otherwise anybody could join at any given moment. Just kill me already. Is that a game over? How many lives do I have left, and do they carry over? Wow, I still have 7 lives left. Okay, we live in. I don't know how, and I don't want to put up with this, but we live in. Steady. I wish the camera would cooperate with me, but I guess it's a lot to ask for. Gosh, man. I almost screwed that up. I hate this place. I really do. I really do. Okay, it's not flapping its wings too hard yet. There we go. There we go. Okay, it's almost time. Get on the neck and work from there. Don't. Oh my gosh, I'm telling you, these controllers are so sensitive. Is there a way to adjust them? Nah, that's just the inputs, isn't it? Yeah. You know what? Screw it. This part of the game is so bogus to where I feel zero shame creating a suspend point. Yeah, I don't care if I'm cheating the system. It's cheating me just by existing. It is inherently a very slimy system. Alright, just take me to the tower and we'll call it there. Jeez. Okay, Swamp, I don't know why you're telling me. You might want to ask Boot about that. Are we there yet? Like, seriously, guys, after the whole turn, it's basically just a cakewalk to the tower. But you gotta be patient about it. Yeah, get out of my face. Get out of my face, you disgusting, you stupid. You know what? Maybe there's a reason Wiggler was actually screwing with your nest. You know what? I'm pro Wiggler now. They call it Wiggler Wednesday, even though it's Saturday. Ugh. But alright, we are done. Okay, I will say this though, guys. Do I have the freaking... Do I have the rocket nozzle yet? I don't think I do. At least not, in the hub world. But I kind of want to clean up the freaking Shine Gate. Just because it bothers me seeing it covered in graffiti. But I'll worry about that later. I mean, I don't know, Swamp. Daisy is a princess from a completely unrelated kingdom. Like, her lore's very... How do I word this in a way that makes sense? Like, it's really obscure, because I can't think of a lot of people who actually played Super Mario Land, but it's there. Daisy is a princess of Sarasaland, a desert kingdom. So I don't know. I don't think there's any connection to Princess Peach, but... Let alone... Like there might be implied with Rosalina, and now established as canon in the movies, even though I think it's really dumb. But yeah, that's how that goes. Wait, where am I going? Oh, there he is. Okay, I was about to say, I completely forgot what I was doing here. I will say this, though. What the heck is up with this guy's design? Can I zoom in here? So... He's just a dude in a tank top disguised as a Pianta? Like, what am I looking at here? And if that's the case, does this mean actual humans exist in the Mario universe? You know, outside of Mario? Because I don't know, he seems very unique in terms of his proportions to right. I almost don't classify as a human, but what do I know? I am Il Piantissimo, and now we shall race to that flag. I don't know what kind of accent I can give him, guys, without sounding too stereotypical or being offensive. It is the race to the finish flag, and only one can triumph. For whatever reason, I just feel like giving him the voice of frickin' Rolf from Ed, Edd, and Eddy. It is a race to the finish flag, and only one can triumph. By the way, the current record is 35 seconds. Are you at the ready? Then get set and go! Oh my gosh, I fumbled that. Simple enough. Okay. Yeah, apparently that's how that goes, Tracy. I guess you just... How would that even work realistically? Like, yeah, you lose the race, but how does that make you die? Like, in other instances, sure, you run out of lives or fall off a cliff into the abyss, but... Bringing Up TLH, the show premiered when you were 8, and when you first saw it, it inspired your art. You watched a tutorial on how to draw Lucy. It was your favorite to draw because you didn't have to draw eyes. I'm willing to bet she's easy to draw for most artists. And I will say this, speaking of Lucy's eyes, guys, I cannot stress it enough how insultingly lame it was that her first ever eye reveal was so unceremonious and naughty or nice, man. It still pisses me off to this day. Like, it could have, that kind of joke, if you can even call it a joke or a gag, it definitely could have been held off for a much better moment. Not necessarily even a comedic one, come to think of it. Wait, you know what? I may as well finish. I may as well go to Mission 7 in Gelato. What else is there, though? Because I know the Watermelon Festival is the 8th mission, so... Oh, gosh, I remember this. I kind of... Definitely... Guys, I've kind of made it a point that I don't like the red coin missions, and this is definitely my least favorite, because it's just... It's like 90% swimming. It's all I can tell you. Chat, I've probably asked this before, but what's your favorite Loud Sister? Y'all already know mine. You know, if you paid attention to my videos and whatnot. Or even the stream, for that matter. Wait a minute, why are they all red? No, still just giving coins, so I don't see the point. Alright, let's get this over with. Really, Tracy? Why Lana, though? I don't know, she's just way too gratuitously gross for my liking. Like, she has her moments where Ironically, I think she's at her best when she's actually behaving like a little sister. All I can say. Hello? Red coin? Camera? Wait, did it go in? Did it actually go underneath the rocks? Okay, that's just mean. But we got it. Oh, there's also these jerks. I forgot what these fish were called, but they're kind of jerkish. I can actually... hello? Okay, you see why I hate this mission, guys? Bro, how far are you gonna... Okay, is that the wall? Is that the border of the map? Probably. Okay, I guess let it come to me? Why does it have to go all the... Why can't it just stand in place? It's a freaking coin, for goodness sake. Golly. Golly, man. Alright, we're making progress. We're making progress. Okay, we got that one without trouble. I'm guessing I have to swim over these corals. Yep, there you go. Okay. 3 more to go. Wherever they might be. There's one. Although, again, am I supposed to swim under or... Okay, under. Okay, am I crazy or is that as... I don't know where else to look, if I'm being honest. Wait, really, Swamp? What makes you... Oh, gosh, this bozo. Is he actually... Okay. Really, Swamp? Why Lynn? Like, I will say this, though, guys. A lot of people's least favorite Loud Sister is Lynn, and... Yeah, I don't blame... For the most part, I don't blame them. And there's definitely other people who definitely... interpret Lynn in a way that... If you ask me, it just makes her look even worse. Like... I'll leave it at that, because, you know what? I'll leave it as ambiguous as I want to, guys, because I do not want to get into that kind of detail. Let me put it this way. Loudsis is bad. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. Where's the last one? Okay, can I actually attack him with water? Nope, he's just... Look at this bozo. He's just... With that stupid face and the... Bro, close your mouth, you mouth breather. And again, he doesn't breathe through his mouth. He breathes through... you know what I mean. Oh, Swamp, you meant that negatively. Okay, never mind. Never mind. I take it back. Seriously, though, I will say this. Out of all of the sisters that Lincoln gets shipped with, and it feels... I get it. Okay, and it feels really wrong to say that out loud. Why the frick is Lynn the most popular of the bunch? I don't get it. I really don't. What the heck is the idea? I guess they're the No, I didn't even want to think about it. You know what? I'm being rhetorical, guys. I'm being completely rhetorical. Don't answer that question. It feels so wrong to even think about it. Okay, where the heck is the last one? We already looked here. Have I looked over here? I don't think it has anything to do with the fish. No, wait, there it is. Okay. Okay, that wasn't so bad. Couple of frustrating moments, but it could have been worse. Alright, can I leave now, please? Alright, it's just Shadow Mario, and then we're done with this place. Not the worst area, but not exactly my favorite either. Even though the music is really nice. Look at this moron. Me eat Mario, me unga bunga. You homophobe. Sam fans in a nutshell. No, I'm kidding. What time is it, by the way? Okay, it's... Okay, we're about an hour and a half in. Okay. Oh, hey, speaking of Shadow Mario. I guess we may as well do this. Although, to be honest, guys, like I said, I don't really care too much about the side missions. I just want to get to Bowser and get to the credits. That's it. Okay, tell me something I don't know, Toad. Alright, let's get this, bozo. Okay, one thing you will never catch me bragging on as far as this game is concerned is the freaking soundtrack in general. Parkour! I love the fact that you actually have to chase him through rooftop. It's kind of fun. Did not mean a helicopter there, but hey. Hey, leave Yoshi alone. Ow. Where'd he go? Oh, there he is. Is he just gonna jump around the same areas time and again? This is getting kind of redundant already. Okay, I can't aim from there. Fine. Okay, there we go. Now he's going somewhere. Parkour! Parkour! I just love saying parkour, especially in this game. Really, most Mario games, but especially this one. Just because you're actually running through rooftops. I cannot. Okay, there you go. I was about to say. And I was just about to Turbo Dash 2 with what flood, my guy? You know what? Just for the fun of it, let's do at least one mission with this freaking. I did the hell. Hang on. Gotta position myself a little better. Why is it taking so long? Okay, I was about to say, why is it taking so long to charge? Oh, it's because I'm holding R instead of ZR. I do not get how these controls work, if I'm being honest. Also, again, I gotta angle myself properly, but it's not like the camera will cooperate. And these guards, why are they even here? There you go. Jeez. I will say this, though. I don't hate this area too much. Just because I do remember the dashing. I thought it was fun. You really gotta time it, though. What? Oh. For whatever reason, the input didn't go through. Alright, I see how it is. That's how that goes, man. Okay, Kim, is everything that's your favorite also a part of your childhood? I mean, I don't blame you, but at the same time... And you know what? What am I yapping about? Galaxy is my favorite platformer. It's not necessarily owed to just the nostalgia, though. Like, one thing you'll come to learn about me, guys, if you haven't learned it already, it's that... When I say something is my favorite, I don't necessarily just owe it to nostalgia, if at all. Ow. Was I meant to take damage there? Not important. We got it. Honestly, I am kind of curious. What would Galaxy be like with co-op? I've seen ROM hacks of Sunshine with co-op. Heck, I've seen streamers actually do it. Or content creators do it, and I thought it was a lot of fun, but... What would co-op Galaxy look like now that I think about it? And I'm not talking about like a Luma assistant or an extra cursor like it's always, like, in the actual games. I'm talking like a full-blown second player. Like, say, Luigi or whomever. Wait, where am I going? Right, I'm going... Okay, finishing gelato. Right. Finish the gelato. Come to think of it, is Delfino Plaza based off of Venice? Or any part of Italy? Because gelato is definitely an Italian word I recognize. I actually don't know. Probably. You know, kind of like how certain Pokemon regions are based off of certain parts of the world. Unova is based off of New York. Ori is based off of Arizona. Or I think just Phoenix, but don't quote me on that. You know, what are the... I'm kind of curious. What do the NPCs have to say in the individual missions? So he knows it's not me. But what about these guys? You, big lady. You're seeing a lot of you today. It's just 2. What about this little guy? Can I actually even speak to him? Or is he just... Okay, that is as close as I'll get, so, Bro, I am not even anywhere near him, and he's still running like an idiot. I guess he's just that paranoid about me. Hi. Hey, if he can walk up that, I can too, right? You know, at this point, come to think of it, why does he even bother with the Shadow Mario disguise? Everyone already knows that he's not me and I'm not him, so he couldn't frame me for his crimes, so why does he even bother with the disguise anymore? You know what? It's a Mario game. Why am I so fixated on the logic of the plot? I really shouldn't be. Yeah, Swamp, one thing I definitely find comfort in, it's that pretty much every franchise I'm a fan of, yeah, the soundtrack is either passable or it's just really good. There's really no media franchise where I'm thinking to myself, wow, everything about this is great, except the music sucks. Like, it feels like it's the bare minimum, if that makes any sense. What's my favorite Tracy, I think you've been here long enough. You've been familiar enough with this channel to where you should know the answer to that question. So I'm not gonna answer it. But alright. Yeah, we're done with Gelato, so... Wait, where am I going now, though? Oh yeah, back to Painted Park. Okay, yeah, I can do that. Then we'll open the other 2 areas, just for the sake of... I don't know how to word it, actually. Just for the sake of... I don't know. I just want to do one place at a time, if that makes any sense. I don't want to mix and match like I did last week. Yeah, I guess he just thinks he looks cool, which would make sense for a little kid like him. Or a spoiled brat, more accurately. The runaway fair. Oh my gosh, I forgot about this mission. I kind of hated the climbing segments, I'm not gonna lie. Y'all will see what I'm talking about. Seems like the Ferris wheel is fine. I don't know what they're on about. I say sarcastically. The entrance to Painted Park is... Ah, you know it, don't you? Yeah, I got the gist of it, man, but thank you. Thank you for your paid enthusiasm, if nothing else. Will I be seeing Coyote versus Acme? I really want to, Little Meese. I mean, the reviews are positive. It's dropping soon. I'm pretty sure it is getting localized here to Mexico. I just sincerely hope I get to watch it in English, although wouldn't surprise me if I couldn't, though. Hey. Ow. Okay, it actually targets me. Something about killing these guys with their own shell? I don't know, guys. I just think it's really satisfying. Seriously, make them throw the shell, stun them with water, and bam. It's kind of sadistic, but also really fun. Especially because I hate these things. They're so mean about it. Like, look at their faces. They're so grouchy. Look at them. Hiss! The little sound they make, it's like they hate you. More than any other NPC enemy. But alright. If I remember how to do this, then it's through here, right? And it doesn't last long. Okay, I gotta do it on the fence. Okay, do it. Literally. Alright, grab on. Oh my gosh, I completely fumbled that. Okay, that's on me. That is totally on me. Are those supposed to be Koopas? I honestly don't know, Tracy. A lot of the designs, a lot of the enemy designs for this game are very unique. I don't exactly understand why, but that's how it goes. Hello? Can I aim this, please? I guess not. No, 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 don't be dumb, Mario. Don't be dumb. Jeez. I was about to say. Like, it's already so hard enough to work in this place just because of the freaking camera angles. I do not need any more RNG. Or whatever that thing is. Can't they just kill him with water? You know what? Let's try it. No, I gotta get on. Okay, okay, I remember how to kill them. I gotta get on the other side. Question is how? Okay, I press B. I press B, right? Okay, that's how that goes. That's how that goes. But there's one on the other side, so... Again, if the camera would cooperate, that would be really nice. Just saying. I meant to... Oh, gosh, I forgot. You have to press A. When it's flipping a switch vertically, you have to press A. Which, why not just make it B? Like, I don't get it, man. I really don't. These control... I have so many gripes with this game, guys, in case it wasn't obvious enough. And that's one of them. My favorite companion in 3D Mario? I'd probably... Okay, Swamp, I might be a little biased, but I would say the Baby Luma. He's just cute. He's just cute and he's helpful. Like, ow. Okay, do it while I'm on the fence. Do it while I'm on the fence. Why'd I have to keep reminding myself of that, man? Alright, back to square one. Relatively speaking. Okay, you hit it with B. You hit it with B. Okay, which one am I supposed to kill first if the other one just keeps getting in the way? And why does the camera keep rotating away? Gosh. Okay, is it B or is it A? It's B. It's B. It's B. Alright, now's my chance. Now's my chance. Oh, I guess I'm a little too late. Or am I? Yeah, he's turning around. Ugh. I guess we target the other one now? Yeah, there you go. There's our chance. There's your chance. Get out of here. Something about just... I don't mean to come off as too sadistic, but I just love the way they scream. And again, why does the camera keep moving on its own? Gosh. Alright. The other one is easy pickings now, though. Okay, can I actually spray this from here? Oh my gosh. Why? Just... I hate this game. I really do, guys. I really just can't bring myself to put on the nostalgia goggles. I really can't. Golly. That was frustrating. Ugh. No, I did not mean to spin, Joy-Cons. Thank you. My gosh. Ugh. This is getting annoying. It really is. Kim, that is such an oddly specific and really bizarre question. Why? Why would you ask that? Is this where I'm supposed to hit it from? Can I even hit it from here? Probably not. Probably not. Okay, okay, fine. I'll go the other way. I'll go the other way. Okay. Putting in the work. No, wait, am I supposed to? Okay. Maybe I'm supposed to hold on to it as it's flipping back in. Okay, maybe. I said maybe. Just a working theory. Okay. Alright, back to it. We can do this. I mean, who's we? I mean, when I say we, I'm referring to the viewers, but it's mostly just me. Okay, wait for it. There you go. No, don't press. What the? ¡Hijo de la bestia! ¿Qué es esta? You all saw that too, right? We can agree. That's not just me. That's not me, right? We can agree that was just a load of bullcrap, right? Okay, it's not that complicated, or at least I figured it out now, to where it isn't. But even then, that was a load of hooey. Wait, can I just hit them from... Okay, I can. Good. Alright. Just be a little patient. Press B to put... Okay, there you go. There you go. Now we're talking. So again, why is the camera moving when I didn't ask for it to move? Gosh, man. You know what? Screw it. No. You know what? Maybe that's... No, that's not worth it. That is not worth it. Alright. Finally. That took like, what, 5? Yeah, I lost 3. I took 3 hits from that whole puzzle alone, guys. That's how ridiculous it was. Imagine if I had pressed B there instead of A. Now get out. Oh my gosh. The game is just straight up... It works against everybody. That's why I dislike it so much. Compared to every other 3D Mario. Yes, even the ones that people don't remember much. Like freaking 3D Land on the 3DS. Yeah, people weren't... Like, if this game gets a sequel, if it ever gets a sequel, which I doubt, I sincerely hope it improves on all of its shortcomings. Wait, where's the Shine Sprite? Please tell me it's not where I think it is. Please, for the love of all that is good, please just don't even go there, game. Don't. Okay, I can't see it from here. I think it's exactly where I think it is. It is. You know what? I'm keeping the Frowning Mudkip. I don't care what anyone tells me. Do I just have to hop on one of these and hope for the best? Like an idiot? Okay, maybe it's not as bad as it sounds, but it's still really scary. And like I said, I don't trust these controls, but we did it. Woo! I mean, yeah, what did I expect, Tracy? Is that not literally the title of the mission? Ugh. Moving on. I like to move it. Yeah, that is the camera, and for whatever reason, the camera just didn't want to cooperate there. Alright, I think... What is it, 2 more missions and then we're done with Peanut Park? Okay, no, it's not called Ride the Ferris Wheel. It's called the Runaway Ferris Wheel. Okay, never mind, Tracy. Speaking of missions, guys, I know I'm being a little too pessimistic with the show, but I'm sorry, not the show, this game, but speaking of missions I dislike, this is the only instance I can think of where I actively dislike something involving Yoshi in any capacity. Wait, Kim, you mean you play Overwatch on Switch? Yeah, that's a first. Guys, I do not know a single soul who actually plays Overwatch even remotely devotedly on the Switch of all places. But alright, see what Yoshi wants. I remember him being here. Guys, I am legally obligated to say it. Oh, banana. Do I have the angry mudkip? Nah. Tracy, I think neutral and frowning just covers it well enough. Like, I don't know, if I bring up the angry mudkip or the confused mudkip, it feels a little too performative if you ask me. Okay, where the heck am I supposed to find bananas though? Oh, simple. Asking you shall receive. You know, I gotta go to the grocery store. Maybe I should buy some bananas while I'm at it. Because bananas are great, guys. They are so universally practical. Also, apparently I can swim while holding them. Even though they're literally the same. Guys, imagine holding a set of bananas. Okay, I can't grab onto ledges, so how am I supposed to get out of here? I guess I don't, or I just keep trying? Okay, I can wall climb. Maybe I need some momentum? I don't know, man. Or I just need a shorter ledge. Or just... fine, I'll throw the bananas. Okay, simple enough. I don't know why it didn't occur to me sooner. But the question is, do they want pink or do they want orange Yoshi? Okay. Of all the places where the Yoshi bongos get added into the music, I think it fits best here. Just listen to it. Okay, I'll stop. Sorry. Y'all already know. Every time there's good music on the stream, I just can't help it. I just can't help myself. I gotta pull out the mudkip. Okay, I'm supposed to go to an empty slot, but I don't remember which one. Okay, they want orange. Okay, fine. There was one right here, right? And for some reason it's on the Pianta statue's nose, or the tree, or whatever that thing is. Yeah, honestly, Kim, with all the updates Overwatch has gotten throughout the years, I'm honestly surprised a Switch 1 can handle it. Alright, guys. I mean, did they not, Tracy? No, they really didn't, come to think of it. I mean, he basically has his own music altogether. You know, the Yoshi Star Galaxy with the music. But other than that, yeah, they really didn't. Just kind of saying something, because one of the biggest selling points of Galaxy 2 was freaking Yoshi. But alright, guys, okay. Not gonna lie, I kind of had to go to the bathroom, guys. It's definitely... the feeling crept up on me, I'll say that much, so... I'll be right back. Did that take too long, guys? Sorry about that. And yep, just like that, 3 more people left. You know what? That's on me. That's on me for not taking care of my digestion? Why would you people leave me like that? Seriously. Anyways. Oops, wrong button. Wait, how do I ground pound again? Okay. ZL. 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 Sounds like I'm saying the L in French. ZL. ZL. Anytime you want to cooperate, game. Anytime. Anytime. There you go. Thank you. Ugh. Alright. Can I actually even reach that? Okay, I need to get to a blue one. Otherwise I'm dead. Steady. Alright, we live in, I think. Yes, Tracy, I'm there, by the way. I'm here, guys. Like I said, I just had to go to the bathroom. And I will leave it at that, for the sake of avoiding TMI. I'm done. Yeah, Swamp, I was just scrolling through Twitter while using the bathroom, and I thought it was funny. I thought it was really funny. Steal the moon? We said seal the Hon moon. I'm sorry, man. That's just comedy. That's all I can tell you. Also, Nick, if you're there, man, that art you posted was really cute, by the way. Steady. Okay. Not gonna. Okay. Normally I complain about how ridiculous these stages are, but you know what? The last time I died here, that was totally on me, just for not paying attention. Wait, where am I going? Okay. I see. Oh, I see. Okay, barely made it. We live in. As long as these controls don't screw me over. Okay, simple enough. You love hot sauces? You have a collection of... I don't know how I feel about that, Kim. I don't know. Never been too keen on... Like, I don't know, guys. Even though it's kind of a cultural norm to like spicy stuff here in Mexico, I just could never get into it. Like, yeah, I'll have some spicy takis and whatnot, but hot sauce on everything? Yeah, no, I'm not a fan. Not about that life. Okay, that was that the 6th mission? I want to say it was. Don't quote me on it, though. Yep, okay. Already at mission 7. Nice. Tracy, I see what you did there. I sit on the toilet. Wait, what? One of the very few... You know what? I will say this. Even though Despicable Me has had like 4 movies, it's only had like 2 different memes in total. Which is kind of sad. Tells you how forgettable those films are in general. At least the latter 2. First, I sit on the toilet, and then El Macho. El Macho is just a whole meme in itself. Now, I'm not even talking about a particular moment. Just the character in general is a meme. Memes. The DNA of the soul. Excuse me. Where'd he go? There he is. Bro, lay off the gratuitous backflips, man. Jeez. I guess it's just to throw me off, but it just comes off as pretentious. Ugh. Sorry, Nokis. Nothing personal. I mean, it's just water. You'll be fine. You'll live. for some reason he won't. Seriously, did they ever explain why pretty much everything Shadow Mario makes is weak to water of all things? I mean, Flood at the end of the day, it's just he's just a potent water gun. Like, he's no different than a fire hose if you think about it. Okay, hold on, guys. I'm gonna mute myself real quick because I gotta sneeze. I'm so glad you guys heard none of that because that was strong. Golly. Ugh. Oh, speaking of, again, Shadow Mario after Shadow Mario. Come to think of it, guys, a lot of the segments with him are really repetitive. Another problem with this game that I honestly didn't think about until now. Alright, I think he was all the way in the north end of the northwest end of town. Like around here, I want to say. Wait, what did I just hit? It's just coins. Why overthink it? Run all you want, man. Run all you want. Oh gosh, he's actually going for the islands. Okay. No, never mind. Okay, he's going back. He's chickening out. Or he's going the other way? Yeah, I don't get you, man. I really don't. And it's over. GG's. Takis are nasty, but you love hot Cheetos? I mean, bro, Ghostfire. I mean, what? There's practically no difference. They're both crunchy. They're both really spicy. How do you like hot Cheetos but hate Takis? Not trying to argue against it. I just don't think it makes enough sense. That's just me, though. All right. I've actually never tried the blue ones, Kim, but I think they're kind of gross. I don't know. They seem kind of gross. Just from coloring alone, I'm already not a fan. Okay. Can we get a little higher, please? Can we get much higher? So high. Oh. I guess not. No. Okay. You know what? That's what I get for quoting a Kanye song of all things. Even though I was more so quoting the One Piece meme, if nothing else. Okay, I'm not here for this right now. I just want to clean the Shine Gate. But can I actually make this jump? I can't. I flat out can't. Or maybe I... Hold on. Let me cook. Wait for it. Okay. I can do this. At least I hope I can. Come on! What are these directional inputs, man, with this game? I'm telling you. Everything just feels so rigged. It's not even funny. Okay, a little bit closer. Really? I mean, it's not my favorite ships, guys, but it seems like everyone has a strong opinion about them. Okay, too far in, for lack of a better way to describe it. Also, again, why is the camera moving without without consulting me? I do not know. I gotta angle that a little better. Come on, man. I'm literally just trying to perform a community service. Is that so much to ask? Close, but no. Okay. You know what? Maybe I'm better off trying it from here. There you go. All right, let's do this. Like, I'm sorry, man. The fact that I see this every time in the opening shot of this place, covered in grime, it just doesn't sit right with me, man. I'm not really a germaphobe by any means. Okay, now how do I get out of here? You know, without bashing my head on the rooftop? Can I even see the shadow from here? Nope. Okay. I guess it's just at the center. There you go. Still in the gym as you're typing this? I mean, Arian, if you're just walking on the treadmill and whatnot, I don't mind. But if you're actually working out, yeah, what are you doing holding onto your phone, man? That's all I can tell you. Like, I don't know, guys. I don't know. In my experiences, if you're at the gym, a nice means of warming up, obviously you got to get your stretches in, but also, like a 5-minute walk on a treadmill or even a jog, it's not a bad idea. Especially if it has like a cup holder or something just to put your phone on. Like, I don't know. There are means to keep yourself entertained at the gym. That's all I can tell you. Even though it is a little tacky to actually have a means to look at the screen while you're working out, but ultimately it's not that big of an issue. Yeah, I know, Tracy. I know. I have to go to Pianta Village eventually, and is it my least favorite area in the whole game? It kind of is. I'm not gonna lie, guys. Okay, speaking of areas, though, what next? Okay, I gotta open a new one. Okay. You know, let's go to Serena Beach, because why not? I actually kind of like the setting. Even if I do kind of hate the first mission. I'm telling you, man, you'd be more hard-pressed to find a mission that I actually like in this game, rather than one I dislike. But alright, Yoshi wants a coconut. His coconut gun can fire in spurts. Wait, is this a coconut? I want to say it is. Aren't coconuts usually brown, though? I'm pretty sure there's green ones, too. Like, I don't know, guys. I'm not really a botany expert by any means. Oh, wait. I already opened it. Okay, I guess I didn't need Yoshi, though. Oh. Sorry, little guy. Thank you for your help, though. You're on the e-bike? Okay, you know what? That works as well, Tracy. As long if you're actually seated, have a means to stay seated, then yeah, not a bad idea. But if you're like lifting weights and whatnot, then yeah, maybe keep your phone in your pocket and or in your bags or whatever. Ugh. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna clear this area out just to make the upcoming boss a little easier, guys. And for those of you that don't know what I'm talking about, well, you'll see. Although I'll be kind of surprised if you didn't. This game is from like 2002. Like, to this day, guys, maybe it's because I spent too much time on the internet, but I genuinely ponder how people manage to stay spoiler-free for media that's like over 20 years old and whatnot. Like, it's genuinely surprising when people say, oh, I didn't know Eric died. Oh, I didn't know Sora sacrifices himself, or something like that. I have a very hard time believing that you went into the spoiler-free. Oh, look it up. What is this gibberish, man? Oh. Sure. I don't care about blue coins, but sure. Also blue coin? Yeah, I really don't care. You know what? I kind of want to see what they all have to say about this. I was under the roof, so I didn't get drenched in slime. You know, to this day, I still don't understand how Bowser Jr.'s graffiti brush works. You can just make slime that can do whatever it wants. It can create monsters. It can serve as lava. It can electrocute you. Like, I do not understand this weapon, but hey, that's part of the fun, I guess. You know, what does this guy have to say about it? I guess I better start looking for a new job, eh? I don't know, man. It seems like... Okay, you're talking about the hotel. I thought I was talking about actually just being a janitor in general. Hey, what's going on? What's this nonsense? You, fix it now. What are you looking at me for? Still, though, kind of crazy that the slime... Also, never mind the fact that it can electrocute you. The slime can also apparently sink a whole hotel? How does that work? Oh, please tell me my nightmare is over. You can save me. I don't know why, but You just look very capable to me. Oh, thank you. Listen, it all started around noon. This giant manta-shaped thing showed up. It was paper thin. It was a paper-thin, floating silhouette. It came and covered the hotel grounds in this electric goop. Then, oh, the horror. My beautiful hotel, my poor building, and with all those people inside, come to think of it, makes you wonder what happened to them. It sank in the middle of that awful ooze. Why me? Why? Do I want to count that? I kind of do. I'm not going to lie, guys. No. I'm not the one who said it. I'm just quoting someone. No. Don't do it. Don't do it. No, I've got the staff cleaning up, but where's my hotel? Where's the rest of the staff? Trapped in the hotel? I can't just sit back and... That gossamer ghoul. Yo, that's a bar. Also, I hate this boss, by the way. Oh, right. Okay, they think I'm Shadow Mario. Okay. I guess they're not with they hadn't gotten with the program yet that there's an imposter. Or whatever. Okay, there you go. Ow! Okay, they do hurt you. I thought they just shoved you. Never mind. See why I hate this boss? You see why I hate this boss, guys? Also, I kind of hate the sounds it makes, I'm not gonna lie. Ugh. Just keep spinning. Just keep spinning, I guess. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. And it's broken. Okay. Duly noted. Yeah, I know. Thanks for letting me know, Flood. Okay. What more? Ow! Bro, they're just comboing me. It's not even funny. Okay, I need a refill though. Oh my gosh, they're so splattered. They're so scattered. I don't even know where to start looking, aside from this guy. Wait, did all the Piantas just disappear as soon as he showed up? Where'd they go? Ow. Also, ow. Okay, there they are. At least I can just... And you know what, come to think of it, I can just follow the trail with the freaking goop. With the slime, or whatever you want to call it. Wait a minute. Come to think of it, if they're weak to my water, why is swimming in beach water not killing them? Maybe flood water is special, to come to think of it, but I don't know. Yeah, thanks for letting me know, Flood. Thanks for letting me know. Okay, I'm taking a lot of hits, but you know what? This is definitely more manageable than when I was a kid. Because I hated this boss growing up, guys. I'll tell you that much. Gosh, how many are there? Jeez. Oops, I did not mean to click that. Also, I'm probably gonna get hit. Okay, no, never mind. Oh, that's it? Okay, nice. Mario gets smacked around like he's an object? Kind of. To some enemies, he basically is a punching bag. Have I invested in the stock market? Arian, I'm not a US citizen. I couldn't invest in it even if I wanted to. Also, that's a very sporadic question, by the way. You know what? Come to think of it, what do they have to say now that the manta's gone and the hotel is back? Is this a prank? Don't try to fool me. What do you... Telling you, man, some people are just too cynical. You're welcome, by the way. Fantastic, you're amazing, you're my hero. I was just flapping my guns about getting rid of that thing. I don't believe you'd actually do it. See? It's nice to have people who believe in you, man. That's all I can tell you. But alright. GG's. Yeah, I guess... I don't know what to make of that, guys. The world... It's Mario. You don't gotta overthink the world building, if I'm being honest. You know who else deserved to get smacked around by an object? Arian, is that rhetorical, or do you have an actual answer? What do you mean by that? You know what, Swamp? When you put it that way, maybe that's exactly what this is referencing. The lost city of Atlantis? I don't know, man. But alright. I will say this though, guys. Hold on. This probably is the prettiest area in the whole game. Just because the music is so... It's so soothing, but also so eerie. Also the beach sunset and... Panda Park in the corner completely shut down for whatever reason, or silhouetted. Like seriously, imagine if this game got like an HD remaster on the Switch. Like how crazy would this place look? And I mean that in the best of ways. Is this moron still yapping? Stand for what? Okay, at least she's not mad at me this time. We still can't go in? What's going on? I love the fact that he's basically just saying, I'm just a janitor. Alright. Hey, Mario, right? Yeah, Mario. Listen, I have a feeling you can help me out again. See, the hotel, well, it's full of... First it's sunk into the ground, and now it's basically full of ghosts. Come to think of it, did the manta ray send it... Did he basically send the hotel to the afterlife? And killing it brought it back? Because where did all these boos come from? Genuine question. Yeah. I've dealt with ghosts before. These ones are extra ugly. For whatever reason, all of both the Goombas and the boos and any enemy you've seen before in other Mario games, guys, for some reason, the designs in this game just take it to a whole new level of ugly. And I guess it's part of the style, but also, I'm not a fan. I just could never get behind it. This is the design of these boos. The tail, the drooling, the tongue out. Also the fact that some of them are disguised as coins, which I kind of hate. At least jumping on them actually kills them. They're not completely invulnerable like they are in other games. Steady. Alright, simple enough. Assuming the boos don't get in the way. Another secret mission. Kind of dark when you think about it, but even then, I kind of like the theory, Swamp. I mean, how often does the Mario... I was about to say, if I died right then and there, that would have been my stupidest death yet. And I couldn't even blame the lousy controllers for that. I was just impulsive. Do I get a 1-up for smashing this? Nope, just a coin. Also these little guys. I'm not gonna lie. The little flapping sound they make, it's kind of cute. A little... Like, listen to it. Listen closely. Not for long, though, because I'm about to kill it. Okay. We live in. They call me the liver, and I say that unironically. Okay, maybe a little ironically, but you know what I mean. Oh gosh, this thing. Oh, I forgot about this thing. For some reason, I'm smashing watermelons of all things. Why watermelons in particular? I guess it's just because you smash them with a bat. I guess it's like a beach activity. You know what? I never understood it to this day, guys. It seems kind of weird to me. I almost screwed that up already. Golly. I actually have to do somersaults just so the slippery mechanics don't screw me over. Which they might just anyways. Okay, we live in. Camera's not cooperating, but we live in. Golly, man. Whew. It's always so nerve-wracking. Golly. Yeah, apparently, Arian. Apparently. Who's my favorite Marvel or DC character? I don't know, Kim. I've never... Like, yeah, I've seen MCU and DC movies, but I don't really read comics. Let alone feel like I've ever had a favorite. I guess favorite Avenger, it probably would be Thor. Just in terms of characterization and whatnot. Even though I still hate Thor Love and Thunder, by the way. I still hate Thor Love and Thunder. If you don't count Thor Love and Thunder, then yeah, probably Thor. But even then, I don't think the problem was Thor's characterization. It was pretty much everything else. Ugh. Like, the comedy was shoddy. Like, the... I don't know, man. How do you screw up getting Christian Bale to play a character named Gore the God Butcher? I just don't get it, man. Anyways. That's really all I can say. I don't want to go into a whole tangent about a film that people already hate. Not that I disagree with it. It just feel pretty redundant. Come to think of it, we still got 5. I don't know why I'm even leaving this pipe. We still got 5 missions to go. Mysterious Hotel Delfino. I don't know why I said that with my Spanish accent. I don't even have a Spanish accent, guys. I mean, have you ever heard me talk in this accent when I'm speaking English? Of course not. It's completely improvised, from what I've seen in media. It's kinda growing on me, though, I'm not going to lie. I don't know why I feel the need to speak like this, like I'm freaking Puss in Boots. But that's how it goes, man. Muscle Man reference and the answers is all that. Okay, I'll stop. War Machine and the Punisher. I'm gonna be honest, guys. I know little to nothing about the Punisher. Just that, hey, he's a vigilante, he's not afraid to kill, and he's got a lot of guns. Like, all of my knowledge of Punisher, it straight up comes from Marvel, from what I've seen of Marvel Rivals. That's it. Alright, what's the mission now? Because, I'm not gonna lie, the title is kind of vague. Like, okay, the hotel is... Oh, right, I remember how this goes. I have to get Yoshi, right? Where is he, by the way? There he is. But I think if I remember how to do this, you have to... 1, find a pineapple. But I'm pretty sure it's not here, intentionally. Alright guys, someone's at the door. I'll be right back. I just realized the mic was off this whole time. Good. Why am I yapping? Anyways, back to it. I'm not gonna lie, guys. The Spanish accent is kind of growing on. It's kind of growing on me. Kind of want to keep using it just for the fun of it, and also because no one can say it's offensive because I'm also Mexican. How about that? Yeah, suck on that, posers. You know what? Someone with a Spanish accent probably wouldn't use the word poser. Come to think of it. Wait, these doors open, don't they? Okay, some of them are locked. Fine. I remember there being one you actually had to go through to get the pineapple. It feels so weird to say that out of context, but y'all know what I mean. Or maybe it's on the next floor. You know what? Let's try all of them. Trial and error. Also, hello, Sora. How to do, Sora? You know what? You're just in time, my guy, because... yeah, you still need to pick a movie for new movie night, homie. You're the one that won the contest. I made the terms very clear, and you're kind of running out of time, homie. Not to add too much pressure, but you know what? If you don't want to, then just say you don't want to, man. That's all I can tell you. But congratulations for winning that very impromptu contest, by the way, that just occurred to me in like, what, 20 minutes? Like, I don't know. I've been meaning to post a picture bragging about me showing off the team in Black 2, but then I was like, you know what? Let's make a contest out of it. Oh, wait. Okay. I guess I just had to go through the room that didn't have a door on it. That's neat. Wait, can I talk to these no keys? Hold on. Hang on, hang on. Also, I feel like this is a very rude invasion of privacy. Just a boy and a girl no key, presumably unrelated, just chilling on a bed. Totally no implications. The door's open. There's nothing to be suspicious of. How about a game of... Yeah. No comment. No comment. I'm just a little surprised that a Mario game of all things would do this, but hey, that's how it goes. Okay, I'm pretty sure I need Yoshi to get rid of those things. Question is, how do I get out of here again? I think you had to ground pound that tile there, or one of them. Maybe not necessarily that one. Or was it this one? Probably this one. Hang on. Hang on. How do I feel about my Black 2 team? I will say this. I was really trying my best to use mods that I never used before, other than my starter. And for the most part, I'm pretty satisfied with it. Because back when I owned White 2, back when it first came out, I did already use a fly gun, but the thing is, I needed a flyer, someone who could use fly. And there was really no other better candidates. I could go with Unpheasant, but one, I've used him before, and he is probably my least favorite of the first route birds. Like, of any generation. Y'all already know my favorite is Staraptor, but Unpheasant is surprisingly at the bottom, just because, yeah, he has super luck, you can stack the crit rates, but also, one, he doesn't have a lot of moves that could complement that other than Air Cutter, and secondly, design is just so, especially the female one, is just so meh. Tracy, that's thank you for letting me know. Thank you for telling me to talk to the janitor. That's a cute reference. Wait a minute, didn't this game come out before? No, wait, no. Luigi's Mansion is from 2001. This game is from 2002. So I see what he did there. Although it'd be kind of funnier if he was actually alluding to a game that wasn't even out yet. Count your blessings, though. Wait, is this where I'm meant to go? I could have sworn I've been here already. Yeah, because the room with the no keys, you know, doing their whole thing. Yeah, it was right there. So, yeah, okay, this is redundant. Okay, I will say this, though. You know what? I take it back. Yeah, Unpheasant has its issues, but Noctowl? When I used a Noctowl in my Heart Gold file, and... No, what are we doing? Zero attack... terrible attack stats, terrible physical defense. The only good thing he's got going for it is special defense. Even his special attack is terrible. Like, he's got great move variety, but that's it. No actual offensive spread to complement it. Okay, maybe I'm meant to go this way. Also, I gotta mind the booze. Yeah, I don't see you, man. You ain't slick. Okay, maybe it's this one. Or that's just a blue coin. Yeah, I totally needed those. Star Wars Vision Season 1 is a good idea. Sora, if you're implying that you want to watch that, just gotta remind you, we're only gonna be watching, like, what? 4 episodes tops, assuming they're like a half hour long or 20 minutes long. It's up to you, man, but, like, I don't know. You really don't have to consult the rest of the chat for what we want to watch. It can be whatever you want, man. You won the contest. You know, like I said, as long as I have a means to show it on my screen. Okay, where the heck am I supposed to be going? Because I can't take out these booths without Yoshi, but get to Yoshi. Okay, I already went through that hole. Don't clip that out of context, please. Okay, either I'm overthinking it or I'm underthinking it. One or the other. Maybe one of these doors is open? Nope. I want to say they're all locked, but don't quote me on it. I love the way he says, You know what? Maybe there's another one on this floor? Yeah, there's only 3 floors in this hotel, guys, come to think of it. For such a luxurious tropical resort, I was kind of hoping for a little more. Either that or Disneyland just set the bar really high. And again, I haven't been to Disneyland since like 2013, come to think of it. It's been a hot minute. And by hot minute, I mean like 13 years, golly. Okay, seriously, I have no idea where I'm supposed to be going, because I know these big guys are blocking the way. Nope, boos are blocking that way too. That's for a blue coin. Okay, that's basically a dead end. Maybe I'm not meant to go here? I don't know, man. You know what? Let me just go back to the lobby and work from there. Might be easier to work from... No, wait, I remember. I have to go to... Wait, I remember. I remember. At least I think I do. Yeah, okay. I don't know how the heck any child is supposed to figure that out, but I remember now. Ow. Also, ow. There you go. What was even the point of showing that room with the Nokis, come to think of it? Wait, why can't I go through here? Is there like a box I had to destroy? What happens if I ground pound this, come to think of it? Also, it's kind of gross that It's kind of gross that the bathtub in one of the rooms is connected to the freaking toilet downstairs or whatever however it goes. Can we jump on the boos? The big ones? The big ones that are sleeping? I don't think so. Okay, I have no idea what I'm doing at this point. Could have sworn that was the way to go at it, but that was just for a blue coin ultimately. Or maybe I had to clear the way somehow, but I didn't see any boxes in the ducts that I went through. I am so confused. I really am. Quite the puzzle. Quite the puzzle. You know what? Screw it. I'm sticking to the Spanish accent. Quite the puzzle, isn't it? I didn't see any boxes in the ducks, so what was clogging that? Okay, we already agreed that was a dead end with the blue coin. Ow. Can't even wake these guys up, can I? Yeah, no, they're completely immune. This is locked. Give me a moment, guys. I'll be right back. Okay, back to it. Okay, seriously, I have no idea what I'm supposed to be doing here. Am I missing something? Seriously. You know, at this rate, I might as well look. Unless someone actually knows, and please, guys, let me know. I have no idea what I'm supposed to be doing here. Like, there is absolutely zero clue as to what I'm supposed to be doing here. It's not like the game actually tells you. Ow. Okay, I did not mean to dive into that flame. My bad. What happens if I talk to this Pianta? What'll he tell me? I mean, he tells you pineapple is missing, but... Again, how am I supposed to pick up context clues here? Seriously. What do you gotta say? A very unusual egg arrived today. Who could it belong to? Blah, blah, blah. Yep, still no clues. Water damage in the rest. Maybe I'm supposed to go through this one? Maybe. Yeah, okay. Yeah, it was the other bathroom. That's what I was missing. I remember now. I remember. I don't think there's anything special here. No, 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 no. Take me back. No, no, no. Okay. I gotta time that a little differently. There you go. Okay, I remember now. I remember. Kind of. I'm guessing they're panicking over the ghost, but I kind of want to talk to them. Hold on. Okay, she's just eking. I love the gibberish in this game, man. It's so quotable. Alright, come on. Come on now. Boing. There you go. Alright, now we're talking. Ugh, jeez. I don't know, guys. I felt really stumped there for a second. my gosh. Oh my gosh. Why am I so bad at this? Or maybe it's just the controls. As per usual. Yeah, just blame the controls like I always do. Okay, now what? Was it you? Yeah, okay, it was you. Is there a bow around here? No. Okay. Now I'm tripping. Am I meant to go this way? I feel like I'm not meant to if there's a freaking blue coin, but yeah, Swamp, I saw it. I thought it was cute. Okay, it's this one. Okay, there you go. Okay, but now what? Wait, isn't this where I came from? It is. I'm guessing I'm meant to go this way? Yeah, okay, there's the pine. Yeah, I remember the pineapple being in this room. Ow. I don't know how I screw up that jump, but hey. One of these boxes from what I remember. And why do I keep trying to use B to jump, man? I'm telling you. Old habits die hard. Oh, there's two of them. Suddenly, pineapples. I didn't know where that's from by any chance. Just saying, please, please, somebody besides Boo, if Boo is even here. Somebody please tell me you know where that's from. And for whatever reason, I can't... I can barely swim while holding fruit, but apparently I can open doors too. But alright. Again, another instance where the Yoshi bongos just really fit the music. All right, now we go to the other. Now we go to the room with the no keys. Bang, bang. ASDF movie. Okay, somebody knows. Thank goodness. I was about to ask you guys, how old are you that you don't even know what ASDF is? Okay, I gotta be mindful when Yoshi eats ghosts, because apparently that does consume some of its juice, and if Yoshi runs out of juice without getting refilled soon enough, he's not gonna make it. Okay, this is back where I was. Wait, can I open doors while I'm holding Yoshi? Oh gosh, apparently not. Jeez. Dude, Yoshi, you gonna... Yoshi! Please! Oh my gosh, really? Wait, am I not meant to fit through there with Yoshi? Seriously? Okay, there you go. I was about to say, I guess you just really had to be precise with it. Which is dumb. May as well eat you. And the pineapples do respawn, so... Okay, seriously though, if I can't open doors with Yoshi, how am I supposed to get him out of here? That's the neat thing, I guess. I don't. So I guess I'll just have to find another way out. There you go. Okay. Gosh, again. Just gotta be really precise with it to where it's kind of annoying. Hello, camera? I was about to say, gosh. Okay, they'll lead me back to the ducks. Can't. Okay, I think Yoshi can touch this water, but you know what? I'm not about to risk it. Oh, wait, never mind. Never mind. Never mind. Seriously, how the heck am I supposed to get out of this? How the heck am I supposed to get out with Yoshi in tow? Nothing here. What if I just make the egg maybe if I just make the egg respawn? I don't know, man. I really don't know. Maybe I just make Yoshi run out of juice? I don't know, man. Not gonna lie, there's a fine line between an interesting puzzle and just bad game design. I guess the best I can do is just make Yoshi respawn. Just kind of it feels so tacky, and I hate having to do this to Yoshi, but you know what? I don't have time to waste. Also, it is kind of jarring that the fact that I'm using his stomach acid as a projectile. I like trains. I am so sorry, Yoshi. I'm so sorry for having to do this to you. See, look at him. He turns. Gosh, I hate doing this to him. It does not sit right with me. You know what, PETA? If you want to sue me, please sue me. I'm keeping the frowny face. I'm keeping the frowny face. The fact that I had to start from square one just because I went... One, I meant to pick up the pineapple for whatever reason the game interpreted that as, oh, he wants to open the door. Wait, are we at the 3-hour mark? Okay, Swamp, after this mission, yeah, we gotta call it. Okay, no. I forgot. I completely forgot. No, right. I gotta go to the bathroom. Why am I here? Why am I here? Ugh. It's just not in the game today, isn't it? Okay, men's bathroom. Go through the thingy, the duck, the thingamabob, the water, whatever you want to call it. This is the ladies' one. I am way too distracted today. I don't know what to tell you guys. Ugh. Okay. I can already jump through it, right? I don't have to spray it more? No. Good. Was it this way, or was it over here? It was here. Okay. This level seems like a fever dream a little bit. There we go. I love the way Yoshi waddles in this game. Look at him. Look at his little feet. Look at him. You know, I just love Yoshi in general. It's really all I can say. Okay, we know it's not that way. There we go. Is this the right way? I'm not convinced it's that one. I don't know, just a hunch if I'm being honest. What? I was about to say. If the Boo actually made Yoshi disappear and made me start all over, I would have been furious. Is it this one? Nah. Probably not. Oops. Did not mean to do that. I was about to say, if I could not grab onto Yoshi just because he was actually stuck. Because keep in mind, guys, every time I take damage, it forces me off the Yoshi. And the fact that he's literally touching the Boo as I hop on his back, it's kind of annoying. Okay, I already opened this. Am I meant to go this way? I already cleared them all out. Okay, I'm just going in a big fat circle. Ugh. Labyrinth is so convoluted, man. Ugh. Okay, just go to a crack I haven't touched yet. Or opened, or whatever. Ugh. Wait, have I been to this one? I would have remembered grabbing these coins. Okay, is it just me, or is Yoshi running uncomfortably low on juice? You know what? I want more pineapples. I want more pineapples. Oh, gosh. Oh, gosh. Okay, I really gotta nail the positioning here. Oh, my gosh. Sunshine, with your ever so lovable gimmicks. And controls. Aren't you just a ray of sunshine? Yeah, I can't just flutter away. I really gotta nail this, don't I? Yep, okay, I got it. No, I did not mean it. I didn't even ground pound it. Why did it open? Oh my gosh. This game, man. This game. This freaking game. Yeah, because if I don't do this, I pretty much have to starve Yoshi to death again, basically. Thank you. Jeez. Nope. Thank you. Jeez. Golly, man. I'm just now. What the? Oh, I was about to say, how did that happen? No, it's a freaking Boo. No, wait, there it is, there it is, there it is. I think that's it. But how do I get to it? You know, just pay attention to the map layout. It's really all I can do. There we go. I want to believe this is it. Please. Nope. At least I get a refill, but this mission's already frustrating as is. I'm telling you, man, is there a single mission in this game that's like, wow, 10 out of 10, that was so much fun? Because into Sunshine's late game, it feels like, no, they all suck. Okay, okay, we can do this, we can do this. Yeah, that's exactly what it's like, Swamp, just Beyblading. Is this it? Thank you! Golly, man, get me out of here. Something I never thought I'd say about Hotel, but get me out of here. But alright, guys. With that being said, Sora, you decided on... we're about to end stream, so Sora, I kind of need an answer now for convenience's sake. So with that being said, though, guys, you know what? You can let me know on Discord. At least as long as it's before 5 o'clock. Maybe I was being a little too stingy with the rules yesterday, but as long as I get an answer soon enough. But with that being said, though, guys, it is 3:30. I'm hungry. I got a couple things I need to take care of. And yeah, that's really it, guys. So if Sora it actually picks a film, then I will see you guys tonight for movie night. Don't know what that film's gonna be, but if y'all are interested, then I will see you guys on Discord. With that being said, Star Wars Vision, you know what? Let me check if that's actually available on the Mexican Disney Plus servers. Just as a warranty, Sora. Give me a moment. Alright, Kim, just do me a favor, read the rules as you're joining in. There's a whole tab for it in the Discord server. I will post it in the description as soon as I'm done streaming. Let's see, Star Wars Visions. I'm gonna be honest, I've never heard of this in my life. Okay, as far as I can tell, Sora, there's 3 seasons, so like what? The first 4 episodes, 5 episodes? You gotta be a little specific with it. How long are these, come to think of it? Okay, these are about 15 minutes long, so... 16 times 2... Okay, 15 minutes and 42 seconds, although I'm guessing that's including the credits, so... I guess episodes 1 through 8? Yeah, the first 4? Okay, the first 4. Alright, we'll work with that. We can work with that, Sora. Alright. Alright, guys. I will see you guys at around about an hour and a half from now. An hour and 24 minutes to be exact. But with that being said, thank you guys so much for sticking around. As always, if your heart so desires, like the stream, subscribe to the channel, and join the Discord, which is something I don't encourage often because I forget to post a link or I just don't want to. But I will this time. So with that being said, guys, I will see you guys later tonight, if not tomorrow, at the usual time. Once again, I'm C by signing out. Take care. Bye. Also, I should probably put the Smiling Mud kit, but it's a little too late for that.